what?
It's Godspeed.
Godspeed.
Welcome to the Bank of America All-Star Pregame Show on Fox.
It's 106 miles to Chicago.
That's one in the deep right center field. Laylock, a pinch hit, two-run home run.
Last year was in Chicago, but this year's game is in Houston, and all eyes are on the Rockets.
Get in. No way those guys are going to beat us. No way those guys are going to beat us. Here, get in. No way. We got to go.
It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Tonight, all roads lead to Houston for an all-star Rocket showdown.
They're not going to catch us. We're on a mission from God.
Elwood. 1, 2, 3, go.
On the motorcycle. You two girls. Tell your friends. Free parking. $2 cover charge only.
America has spoken, the votes are tallied, and the All-Stars have been selected. The finish line is in sight, and for the winner, this one counts. So, hang on tight.
Car's got a lot of pickup.
Do it.
Jake, I gotta pull over.
Some detours along the way couldn't derail baseball's best showcase. Headlined by, who else? Hometown hero, Roger Rocket Clemens.
Let's go. We gotta go.
Hey, gang, get ready for a rocket launch tonight on Fox. Let's go! Come on, Tootie. Here we go.
It is the Bank of America All-Star Pregame Show on Fox. The votes have been cast, the lineup set, and here they come. The very best the baseball world has to offer. There's a powerful buzz here in Houston. Let's hear it with an emphasis on power. All the heavyweights are here. It's stargazing at its finest. That's why they call it the Midsummer Classic. And under the Rockets' red glare, this one is headed for history. Get a little wash, a little wax on that one as we welcome you to the 75th All-Star Game in Houston, Texas. It is a giant reunion of sorts. 30 years later, Ali back in the Lone Star State, out of the ring, onto the mound. This guy back in Texas, about 4 hours south, but we got you here again. And Kevin Kennedy and Roger Clemens, hometown boy, returns a hero.
You know, his career has come full circle, Jeannie. Back in 1986, Roger Clemens had to start in the Houston Astros as a member of the Boston Red Sox. Now, 18 years later, 6 Cy Young Awards at age 41, the oldest pitcher in Major League history to start an All-Star game. Guess what? He's a member of the Astros. A dominant first half for Roger Clemens.
All right, well, I hope Mike Piazza's busy right now because we really cannot ignore this other intriguing factor. It's Mike, it's Roger.
Let's get past it. The old beanball.
I agree with you, but let's go.
Incident 4 years ago. Hey, they're teammates tonight. Both guys want to move past it. I caught up with them just the other day.
When I miss, I try and miss way in, and you're not happy. You don't feel great about when you hit a guy up around the shoulders. It's going to happen, but you don't feel great about it. All you can do is reach out and tell them. In the middle of a game, you're not going to sit there and, pull a tear. We're both pros. We're going to handle this and deal with it.
Whatever. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we have the past behind us in a way, but in a way, I'm excited. I mean, his record speaks for himself. I mean, I think this is his moment. I think it's important for the game. I think it's important for the city and the game of baseball, which is bigger than all of us.
Hey, I've gotten to work with both of these guys in my past. These guys are professional. They're on the same club right now. They have gotten past it. They're moving forward, and they both want to win tonight. I thought it was pretty unselfish of Mike Piazza to say, hey, This is Roger Clemens' time. This is his moment tonight.
All right, we all purged ourselves, deep cleansing breath. Can we move on?
Let's do it.
It's going to be a great moment, though. And during tonight's game, Singular Wireless is putting the fans in command to select the singular play of the game. Register to vote by text messaging. Play to 369 on your Singular Wireless phone or log on to foxsports.com on MSN keyword play. Later in tonight's game, the nominated plays will be sent to eligible voters who will select the singular play of the game. Of course, the Marlins were only the 5th team in the last 23 World Series to overcome the home field advantage, but you don't have to remind Joe Torre about pressure. He got a full helping before arriving in Houston, and it had nothing to do with pinstripes and everything to do with a cell phone call.
But any other phone calls that you got from managers saying, hey, don't do this, watch this?
My cell phone rings. It's Joe, it's Alan Trammell, and starts going on and on about, I know your job is tough. It's not easy because you have to pick this guy or that guy, but I just want you to keep in mind, I'm trying to interrupt him here during this whole time. And he wouldn't let me, and talking about, Carlos Guillen, and he keeps going, and I start saying something, and we get cut off. So he calls me back. And he continues. I said, before you go any further, I said, he's on the team. So there was a dead silence. I thought we got cut off again.
Once again, this time it counts. How will that affect your managing of the All-Star game?
I get myself in trouble every time this counts.
You answered it. You answered the question very good.
I get yelled at all the time.
Well, I know, but
when you put this uniform on, and the players in the other room put the uniform on, they only know one thing: to play to win.
They're going to give it their best effort, but like Joe says, how do you know that your starting 9 is better than the backups, or the backups are better than... You don't know those things.
I mean, Blaylock hit the home run last year to give us the home field advantage, and he wasn't a starter.
Right. And what good did the home field advantage do you?
No, you have to rub that in.
Now, last year before the game, Mike Scioscia told us, hey, I'm playing this thing to win. I want the right matchup. Blaylock for Gagne. That was the game plan that worked out. I can tell you by sitting in the American League dugout, the bench erupted. It was incredible. And Garrett Anderson came down. Everybody stayed late. It was a really special moment. The players always play hard, but last year was kind of something special in that late inning home run.
All right, well, as Jack just told us, things don't always work out as planned. In fact, Torre admits he thought he'd seen the last of Roger Clemens' Game 4 of the World Series, and he was wrong, thankfully, Kevin.
Oh, yeah, he was wrong because Roger Clemens thought he was done himself, and all the relief, the stress of Major League Baseball all these years was completely gone until he got persuaded by a couple of friends, Drayton McLean, of course, and Andy Pettitte said, hey, come back as an Astro. Now Roger's right back at it. He says, Kevin, the stress is here once again.
Clemens will walk away with what else? A strikeout. A standing ovation as Clemens exits.
It was tremendous. We were shaking hands as I was coming in. I just told him to give me a moment. I went and sat in the manager's office and teared up a little bit, had some flashes of my career, and now here I am again, stressed out. So it was great.
But now you're wearing that National League on you.
Yeah.
I mean, is this shocking to you?
It is. It is. Everything that's happened so far this year is kind of wild. But I'm glad I left that percentage point open now, you know?
You and Michael Jordan.
Yeah, exactly.
One love, one shot, it's all we ever got. Girl, you got me started, no, I'm not gonna stop. Now slide alongside, yeah, baby, that's right. I'm gonna show you the time of your life.
Did you anticipate what was gonna happen in this first half for you? How dominant you are in this National League?
I could care less that I'm 10-2 or 10-3. I've had success before. I've won 20 games. I've won these awards. I want other guys to know what it feels like to win, and to win big. If I'm 10-10, I'm happy. When we make the playoffs, win the division or wild card and get in there, then it's, game on.
Roger, going back to 1986, pitching in the Astrodome, has it come full circle now?
The only thing when I look at it and I see the highlights, I'm a lot younger, and it just went by too fast. I mean, I almost don't even remember it, but I'll be excited, and you know how serious it is because you're facing the best of the best.
For you personally, though, to be back where you're from, to sign with the National League team after coming out of retirement, be named to the All-Star team, to be starting this game, what's the feeling inside got to be for you?
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to try and get my rest, and there's more than just pitching in the All-Star game here in my hometown. When I talk about my team behind the team with my foundation, I have some special people working for me. I appreciate the fans and people going by and purchasing things, go straight to the kids. It's been a great deal of fun.
Roger Clemens is a winner, whether it be during the regular season, the World Series, and of course the All-Star game, where when he's pitched, he is 8-0. And don't forget about the American League starter, the winningest pitcher since 2001 with 67 wins. That's the big left-hander from the Oakland A's, Mark Muller, getting a start tonight against a tough National League lineup, Jeannie.
All right, Kevin Kennedy, thank you. We'll see you in the American League dugout. Roger Clemens' 42nd birthday just weeks away. Could there be a more fitting tribute to his success? Actually, his boyhood idol, Nolan Ryan, is present and accounted for, part of the Taco Bell Ring the Bell Challenge. Here's PA announcer Bob Ford.
Direct your attention to the mound as Tom Gray is about to play the Taco Bell Ring the Bell promotion. Now, you may recognize the young man who is standing next to Tom out on the mound, the strikeout king himself. Please welcome Hall of Famer Nolan Ryan. Nolan's out there to help Tom because Tom has 30 seconds to throw as many balls from the rubber and into the Taco Bell target at home plate. Now, Tom, just for being out there, has already won Taco Bell Big Value meals for an entire year. If Tom gets 3 balls through the target, he wins $10,000. He gets 5 balls through the target. Get this, he picks up a cool $1 million. 30 seconds, Tom. Get as many as you can. Are you ready? Your 30 seconds starts now.
starting to rush and throw all over, but he did a great job.
Tom Gray, I hate to get in the way of the check and the family. Go ahead and give him a hug. We'll read the check. I think it says $1 million, Houston. Can you read it? Jeff Fox, VP of National Marketing, Taco Bell. Quickly, let's give this man his money.
We're thrilled to give it to him on behalf of Taco Bell, Tom. Fabulous job.
Tom, take the check. Go enjoy the baseball game. Congratulations. And if you haven't already reached out and hit record, what are you waiting for? It took 7 decades to get to this point. In one corner, Muhammad Ali with the knockout of a first pitch, no doubt. In the other corner, Joe Buck with your all-star starting lineups. Our Mr. Automatic. He's no robot. He's an all-star. It is coming up next on Fox.
Tonight, one man saw it coming. 2 teams of robots full of talent, all to play in one game.
Robots don't feel fear. They don't feel anything.
And these robots can catch, they can throw, and they can definitely hit. But are they too talented to be trusted with our pastime?
I was hoping to see you again, Detective.
And he's joined by Detectives Derek Jeter and Sammy Sosa.
What happened to you? Do you ever have a normal day?
Yeah, once.
These beings will not be intimidated. You can teach old dogs new tricks, like the mastery of the National League. Tonight, the machines of Major League Baseball will be walking right into your home. What am I? Because for one night, iRobot becomes I-All-Star.
Behind every great champion is someone who believes in them.
I will not allow Otis to quit.
He's not just my brother. We were born a team.
Oscar De La Hoya and the producers of Fear Factor present reality's next knockout hit.
It's not about who hits harder. It's about who has the biggest dream.
The next great champ, coming Fox Fall.
265 horsepower, 7-passenger Acura MDX. It's at home just about any place on Earth.
Whether you spend your weekends seeking thrills or getting chills, if it's something Clevelanders love to do, you'll find it on Cleveland.com. Whether it's news that affects your local commute or your local community, if it's something Cleveland wants to know, you'll find it on Cleveland.com.
Action! Fifth Third Platinum One checking delivers premium interest. Wow, premium interest. Wow, Fifth Third rocks. Platinum One checking delivers the convenience of 1,800 ATMs, over 1,000 banking centers, and 53.com, your 24/7 online banking resource. I still can't get over that rate. Oh, no, I would never wear that. Premium interest. Only Fifth Third. That's a wrap.
I'm full! People everywhere are experiencing a breakthrough.
I haven't been this full since...
Fullness from a value menu.
Little announcement.
We're full! Introducing the Big Bell Value Menu from Taco Bell. A new menu of filling items like half-pound burritos and double tacos, designed to keep your stomach and your wallet full.
I'm full, but you wouldn't understand that.
Get full on value. Think outside the bun.
4 pennies thick. Ohio was this close to a nuclear meltdown. Tomorrow at 10.
Welcome back to the Bank of America pregame show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 75th All-Star Game. Now it's time to meet the American League coaches and reserves. First, the coaches. From the Kansas City Royals, manager Tony Pena. From the Toronto Blue Jays, manager Carlos Tosca. And now the players. From the Anaheim Angels, pitcher Francisco Rodriguez. From the Baltimore Orioles, shortstop Miguel Tejada. From the Boston Red Sox, first baseman David Ortiz. And pitcher Curt Schilling. From the Chicago White Sox, pitcher Esteban Loaiza. From the Cleveland Indians, outfielder Matt Lawton. Second baseman Ron Belliard. Pitcher Jake Westbrook. Catcher Victor Martinez. And pitcher CC Sabathia. From the Detroit Tigers, shortstop Carlos Guillen. From the Kansas City Royals, first baseman Ken Harvey. From the Minnesota Twins, pitcher Joe Nathan. From the New York Yankees, outfielder Gary Sheffield. Pitcher Javier Vasquez. Pitcher Tom Gordon. Pitcher Mariano Rivera. Outfielder Hideki Matsui. From the Oakland Athletics, pitcher Tim Hudson. From the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, outfielder Carl Crawford. From the Texas Rangers, third baseman Hank Blaylock. Shortstop Michael Young. Pitcher Francisco Cordero. And pitcher Kenny Rogers. From the Toronto Blue Jays, pitcher Ted Lilly. Now let's meet the National League All-Star reserves and coaches. First, the coaches. From the Colorado Rockies, manager Clint Hurdle. From your Houston Astros manager, Jimmy Williams. And now the players. From the Arizona Diamondbacks, pitcher Randy Johnson. From the Atlanta Braves, catcher Johnny Estrada. From the Chicago Cubs, outfielder Moises Alou. And pitcher Carlos Zambrano. From the Cincinnati Reds, shortstop Barry Larkin. First baseman Sean Casey. Pitcher Danny Graves. From the Colorado Rockies, first baseman Todd Helton. From the Florida Marlins, third baseman Mike Lowell. Outfielder Miguel Cabrera. Pitcher Carl Pavano. And pitcher Armando Benitez. From the Houston Astros, outfielder Carlos Beltran. From the Los Angeles Dodgers, catcher Paul Loduca. And pitcher Eric Gagne. From the Milwaukee Brewers, pitcher Ben Sheets. And pitcher Danny Cole. From the Montreal Expos, pitcher Livan Hernandez. From the New York Mets, pitcher Tom Glavine. From the Philadelphia Phillies, first baseman Jim Thome. And outfielder Bobby Abreu. From the Pittsburgh Pirates, shortstop Jack Wilson. From the San Diego Padres, second baseman Mark Loretta. And from the San Francisco Giants, pitcher Jason Schmidt. Now let's meet the American League manager and starting lineup. First, the manager from the New York Yankees, Joe Torre. And now emerging from above the third base dugout, the starting lineup for the American League All-Star team. Leading off from the Seattle Mariners, center fielder Ichiro Suzuki. Batting second from the Detroit Tigers in the bullpen, catcher Ivan Rodriguez. Batting third from the Anaheim Angels, right fielder Vladimir Guerrero. Batting fourth from the Boston Red Sox, left fielder Manny Ramirez. Batting fifth from the New York Yankees, third baseman Alex Rodriguez. Sixth from the New York Yankees, first baseman Jason Giambi. Batting seventh from the New York Yankees, shortstop Derek Jeter. Batting eighth from the Texas Rangers, second baseman Alfonso Soriano. Batting ninth and warming up in the bullpen from the Oakland A's, pitcher Mark Mulder. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2004 American League All-Star. Now let's meet the National League manager and starting lineup. first, the manager from the Florida Marlins, Jack McKeon.
Have a good time.
And now emerging from above the dugout, the starting lineup for the National League All-Star team. Leading off from the St. Louis Cardinals, shortstop Edgar Renteria. Batting second from the St. Louis Cardinals, first baseman Albert Pujols. Batting third from the San Francisco Giants, left fielder Barry Bonds. Batting fourth from the St. Louis Cardinals, third baseman Scott Rowland. Batting fifth from the Chicago Cubs, right fielder Sammy Sosa. Batting sixth from the New York Mets, catcher Mike Piazza. Batting seventh, come on, let's hear it, from your Houston Astros, center fielder Lance Berkman. Batting eighth, from your Houston Astros, second baseman Jeff Kent. Ladies and gentlemen, batting ninth and warming up in the bullpen from your Houston Astros, pitcher Roger Clemens. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2004 National League All-Stars. When we return from Houston, the Star-Spangled Banner and the ceremonial first pitch.
The Chevy Malibu Max. It's a 5-door sedan that does things other cars can't. With sliding, reclining rear seats, available rear DVD entertainment, and according to Newsweek, priced thousands less than a comparable Accord or Camry. No wonder we call it the Max. Chevy Malibu Max, an American revolution.
All spring you work to get your lawn thick and green, and then along comes summer and the brown patches. Hi, I'm Ashton Ritchie with the Scotts Company. Don't just blame the summer heat. It's also insects, bugs you can't even see, eating your lawn alive. The solution? Scotts Turf Photo with Summer Guard. It eliminates lawn-damaging insects. Plus, it greens up your lawn with a special summer fertilizer made for even the hottest months. Scotts Turf Photo with Summer Guard. Put it down this weekend for your best summer lawn ever. Guaranteed.
There's a power so awesome, so irresistible, you'll do anything to get your hands on it. Introducing Gillette M3 Power. Turn on the first micro power shaving system from Gillette and turn on the amazing new Power Glide blades. Micropulses raise the hair so you shave closer in one power stroke. Feel the power of the world's best shave. New M3 Power, a Mach 3 innovation from Gillette. The best a man can get.
The itching and burning of athlete's foot. This is the latest way to get rid of it. This isn't. Lotrimin Ultra, the latest prescription strength medicine available without a prescription. So powerful, one use a day is all you need. Lotrimin Ultra.
We're here live where Big Donald Faison is wrestling with a very tough opponent.
Faison's really struggling today, Rich.
Well, if you can't take the heat, stay out of the kitchen, right? You got to give credit to the pickle jar. It's putting up one heck of a fight.
Yeah, that's some vacuum it's packing, huh?
Wait, Faison's loosened its grip. He's done it! Folks, this moment deserves a Pepsi Edge.
Reward yourself with new Pepsi Edge. It has full-on flavor, but 50% less sugar and carbs. So feel free to celebrate any little achievement.
Tell you what, that would have been an embarrassing loss for Faison.
Fox tomorrow, come for the humor. Stay for the mass hysteria when Will Smith hosts iRobot Night and brings you a sneak preview of the blockbuster iRobot.
We're blowing a lot of stuff up.
Let the sparks fly! It all begins with that 70s show, followed by quintuplets.
It's like looking in a mirror.
The Simple Life 2.
Everyone, pull your pants down and start howling like a monkey.
Method in Red with guest star Carmen Electra.
Hi, guys.
And iRobot.
Gotcha.
It all starts at 8, 7 Central tomorrow on Fox.
Folks, welcome back to the Bank of America pregame show. Right now, let's go to public address announcer Bob Ford.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we honor America with tonight's national anthem, performed by American Idol winner, Fantasia.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light, which so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets light glare, the bombs bursting in the gay through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, Fantasia. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for tonight's ceremonial first pitch, we are pleased to welcome to the mound two kids from the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, Jaime Caro and Jacob Hobbs. Heading out to the mound to join them, accompanied by his 13-year-old son, Assad. Please welcome the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali. Bergman set up to catch behind the plate for our first two ceremonial first pitches. of America, and Muhammad Ali.
Greatest athletes in the history of this country. In the presence of greatness here tonight. Muhammad Ali with us. Derek Jeter gathering his teammates and the National Leaguers around. The great Muhammad Ali. And we thank him for joining us here tonight. We'll take a break, come back. Approaching the first pitch from Houston, Texas in this All-Star game. More in a moment.
By American Idol winner.
First, it was the railroads, then team buses. But nothing makes the American pastime more accessible than MLB 2005 online. Jet lag has gone the way of the spitball as fans take their teams on the road by logging on to 989 Sports Online. The only way to play against more uniforms in a single day is to be an all-star. Rated E for everyone.
PlayStation 2, now just $149.
Roundup knocks out weeds in 24 hours. The leading imitator doesn't. Roundup Fast Act Foam knocks out weeds in 24 hours.
Thinking about refinancing your home? Call AmeriQuest now. You'll get your own personal loan specialist.
Whenever you call me, I'll be there.
Someone who knows you are more than your credit score. Who can help you pay off your high-interest credit cards and lower your monthly payments. We even do the paperwork. Call 1-800-AmeriQuest now or go to AmeriQuest.com. AmeriQuest, the company that knows you are more.
King is flip-flops, sir. Yeah. His latest campaign line is, get this, shoes on taste.
No! We got him!
It would appear so, sir.
Shoes on taste, that's great! That's what we've been saying all along. We've done the taste test.
Yes, sir.
The majority says Miller Lite has more taste than Bud Light.
And half the carbs, sir.
We've won! We've won! President to be
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. You're not acting very presidential.
So impeach me! Woo!
Taste for yourself. Take the Miller Taste Challenge today. Good call.
He's a gentleman, a self-made billionaire. For him, business isn't risky. Risk is his business.
The name's Branson. Sir Richard Branson.
Now, he'll take 15 people and travel 5 continents to compete for one ultimate prize.
I wouldn't ask anybody to do anything I wouldn't do.
It's not just a job interview, it's an adventure. The Billionaire, Branson's Quest for the Best, coming Fox Fall.
Welcome back to Houston, Texas, and welcome back to the All-Star Game. Moments away from the first pitch here at Minute Maid Park. American League, National League tonight on Fox. And now welcome to the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Joe Buck. Tim McCarver in just a second. Well, here we are, the All-Star break. It's how so many of us define the middle of the American summer. And within the All-Star break is the All-Star Game. Now, what other major professional sport can say that some of its most historic moments have happened in its own All-Star Game? If you want to go back to 1941 and a home run hit by Ted Williams to win it for the American League, or 1950 with Red Shandies doing it in the 14th inning for the National League. The great throws by Dave Parker in 1979. Heck, even that emotional farewell from Ted Williams to all of us and to the baseball world at Fenway Park back in 1999. And if you want to get real current, or at least the recent past, Tim McCarver, talk about last year. Nobody outside of Texas knew the name Hank Blaylock. He steps up and wins it for the American League against Eric Gagne. Somebody will be the hero tonight, and the guys pulling the strings, making the decisions, are interesting stories in their own right.
What talent there is on the field. Jack McKeon, the oldest manager to manage an all-star game after becoming the oldest manager to manage a World Series team with the Florida Marlins last year. Joe Torre has had remarkable success in all-star experience. He's 4-0-1. You may remember the tie in Milwaukee a couple of years ago, and as a player, 8-1. The only loss Joe Torre's been involved in back in 1971 in Detroit.
In just a few moments, Roger Clemens will toe the slab for the National League, and he will do it here in Houston, his hometown. It's the second time he has had that honor. You go back to 1986, obviously pitching for Boston for the American League. Not only the winner in that game, the MVP of that All-Star game, the MVP of that season, and the Cy Young Award winner that season that ended with a frustration in the World Series and the loss to the New York Mets. He is getting ready to go, and he will tip his cap and say hi to some of his former friends, some of his former teammates. Alfonso Soriano, Derek Jeter, you name it, Jason Giambi. They will now face the Rocket. We have the first pitch. We have the All-Star game coming up for you next on Fox.
Cool head. And a new copier. $2,500.
Dinosaur.
Dedication. And a coffee maker. $69. A sense of humor. And a mop. $17. Having what it takes to run a business? Priceless. To see what the MasterCard business card can do for your business, visit our website.
Brings you the most power-packed summer vacation, Universal Orlando Resort, and Radio Shack. And now your family can register to win one of 35 action-packed Universal Power Trips for 4 at Radio Shack. Now let Radio Shack help you stay connected to friends and family with the Sprint PCS Vision Picture Phone VGA 1000 by Samsung. Only $59.99 with 2-year agreement, so you can capture and share special moments as they happen. Visit universalpowertrip.com or register at Radio Shack.
Sorry to do this, Stan, but you're fired.
You're firing me?
I just said you're fired.
You can't fire me.
Why not?
Because I quit.
You can't quit, Stan.
Why not?
Because I already fired you.
Well, I decided to quit last Wednesday.
Well, I decided to fire you last Tuesday.
Well, I started using FedEx Kinkos. So when we use FedEx Ground, we could ship for up to 35% less than at the UPS store, saving us a ton of money.
Certainly will. When can you start?
Start today.
Welcome aboard, Stan.
Thank you.
The new FedEx Kinkos. Make it, print it, pack it, ship it. Our office is your office.
The trade deadline is approaching fast, and there's a blockbuster deal in the works. It's not happening on the field, it's happening on Fox. Take a look.
Next Tuesday, it's the trade of the season when we take 10 families and trade their moms.
They're going to be saying, Dad, you brought the wrong color home.
Be there when complete strangers take over new households.
I've had enough. Just be quiet.
And see who comes out swinging.
Put your hand on the bleep button, cause there's going to be some bleeping.
Trading spouses. Meet your new mommy. Premiering 1 week from tonight on Fox.
The 2004 All-Star Game on Fox is brought to you by MasterCard. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. And by Nissan, who invites you to shift the way you move through the world.
Welcome back. Providing aerial coverage for tonight's broadcast, the AmeriQuest Airship Freedom. AmeriQuest Mortgage Company, the official mortgage company of Major League Baseball. The humidity will keep that thing in the air. It's hot, muggy. Inside, it's nice and pleasant. Once again, here comes the starting lineup for the American League. It's brought to you by Citibank. Ichiro will lead it off. Batting in the number 2 spot, Ivan Rodriguez and Vladimir Guerrero. Manny Ramirez, Alex Rodriguez, and Jason Giambi in the middle, with Jeter, Soriano, and Mulder. Although unless he gets up in the first inning, Mark Mulder will not hit in this game. And just so you know, facing this starting pitcher who goes by the name of Clemens, the American League starters, in their careers combined, 249. The batting average against Clemens with only 8 home runs. And you're talking about the best of the best as Roger Clemens takes his warm-up tosses before this start.
6 Cy Young Awards, 320 career wins. 310 of those, of course, in the American League. And the last time he started an all-star game in this city, it was at the Astrodome. The Astrodome, at a cost of $32 million, opened in 1965. And Minute Maid Park tonight, pitching to who else? Mike Piazza.
So much has been made by us and others about the combination of Roger Clemens throwing to Mike Piazza, with the history dating back to the year 2000. The beating incident, the bat throwing incident in Game 2 of the World Series. Piazza not taking Clemens' apology phone call, and now the 2 because of the voting system and because of Clemens coming out of retirement, which lasted 7 minutes, and pitching for the National League and pitching brilliantly for the Houston Astros. The 2 are forced to work together, and I foresee a happy ending to what's been a rather ugly story between these 2 at the end of a couple of innings tonight.
Mike Piazza said, all I'm going to do is put down 1 for a fastball, 2 for a slider, and a wiggle for the splitty.
Ichiro goes deep into right field. That ball in the corner. Sosa can't get to it. It's 1 hop off the wall, and Ichiro starts this game with a double for the American League. Well, you watch Ichiro take batting practice, Tim McCarver, and you see a guy who has hit only 3 home runs during the regular season. But when he wants to swing for the fences and get into a ball, he can give a baseball a ride.
He is the only regular to start this game who has not at one time or another batted cleanup. And here he starts the game with an extra base hit.
Giving you an early look at our up close and personal look. A lipstick-sized camera that is in the grass, aiming at both the right-hand batter's box and the left-handed batter's box, and one facing the pitching rubber as we look at Clemens' miss outside and low to Ivan Rodriguez. They are our Fox Diamond cams, and that's what it looks like. That's how big it is. Like a wad of gum sitting on the dirt right in front of the grass, the home plate area. 1 ball, no strikes. Rodriguez, 1 ball, 1 strike. And what Ivan Rodriguez is doing this season, Tim McCarver, is remarkable.
A .369 batting average. He leads the American League in hitting. 22 points ahead of the next player, as we had a look at Vladimir Guerrero. Vlad the Terrible, they're already calling him.
Here comes a 1-1 pitch, and that's into right field, pretty well hit. Sosa back at the wall. On the run, won't get it. That ball's off the top of the wall, and Ichiro will come around to score. Rodriguez will head to third base, and it's 1-0 American League on a double and a triple by the first 2 hitters.
A rude greeting here in Houston by Houston Astros starter Roger Clemens. The reason that Ichiro was late arriving at the plate, he slipped at second base trying to go back, thinking that Sosa had a shot at this ball. Ball tailing away from Sammy. It hits the top of the wall. Misses a home run by about 2 inches.
Guerrero hits it back to Clemens, who lifts the runner back and flips to first, 1 out. So there's the first out here in the top of the first is Vladimir Guerrero, who's knocked in 77 runs for the Angels. It's a comebacker, and no surprise that Guerrero would be hacking early. He doesn't wait around at the plate very long. Here's Manny Ramirez. RBI opportunity for one of the best hitters, overall pure hitters in the game today, Manny Ramirez. And Sosa, he needs to be toweled off. Air conditioning and all, it's still a little humid inside this park, and Sosa's been running a lot here in the first inning. There's a strike over the inside corner to Manny Ramirez.
What an odyssey it has been for Manny Ramirez to get to Houston. Offered on irrevocable waivers last December, not picked up by any team, making $19 million a year. And then the trade that did not go through, the Red Sox tried to make it for Alex Rodriguez. Ramirez was going to Texas, and here he is starting left field for the American League All-Stars.
And probably will get just the one at bat. He's bothered by a sore hamstring, and Joe Torre wanted to go to Manny Ramirez, did, and said, I'm going to get you in the game. You're going to make your start, but early you will come out of this game. The tip of the cap to the Boston Red Sox, who need him in their lineup for the second half. Runner at third, one out. And Clemens pauses for a moment. If there is a big difference between Roger Clemens, let's say in the Boston years, compared to Roger Clemens in the Toronto, New York Yankees, and now Houston years, it's that split-fingered pitch. He has made a big adjustment, and it's helped him pitch this effectively as he's out there at the age of 41. Long delay before an 0-2 pitch. And that's ripped into left field. Back at the wall, it's gone. Home run, Manny Ramirez, 3-0 American League. We've had a double, an RBI triple, a comebacker, and now a line drive home run into the seats in left by Ramirez.
You will see that occasionally when a battery is not familiar with each other. Clemens stepping off the mound, shaking off Piazza. He wanted to throw the slider. He threw it. It's over the fat part of the plate, and Ramirez parks it out of the ballpark.
Roger Clemens won his first 9 decisions with the Astros. Joe Torre in the American League dugout. I guess he should only expect it with that record of 12-1-1, no matter who's on the mound, whether he's a player or a manager. He's involved in the Midsummer Classic. He's usually on top at the end.
The interesting thing about Joe Torre, his loss coming in 1971 as a player in Detroit, that's when Reggie Jackson hit that towering home run that hit the light standard at Tiger Stadium. That was Joe Torre's best year as an individual. He was the MVP for the St. Louis Cardinals, 230 hits, 363 batting average that year.
Here's a 1-2 to Alex Rodriguez. He lays off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's Rodriguez now. It's Jason Giambi on deck. There's only 1 out in the inning, and the count's 2-2. That misses. Alex Rodriguez wants the home plate umpire Eddie Montague to check it. Montague throws it out of play, and the count's full, 3-2. 6 straight seasons with 40 or more home runs for Alex Rodriguez, and he strikes out. Second out of the inning.
After the 2-run shot by Manny Ramirez, a fastball gets Rodriguez. Alex will be 29 years old later on this month.
You do the math. He has 367 career home runs. He's only 28 years old. And while Barry Bonds, who will be hitting 3rd for the National League, has 681, 75 home runs shy of a new record. It doesn't take much adding or subtracting to figure out that Alex Rodriguez at his pace has a shot at the all-time record of 755. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 out, nobody on, and Jason Giambi, who's been on the disabled list 2 times this season. Chops 1 foul outside first, and now he's in the hole 1-2. Intestinal parasite has been the latest thing to slow him down. Bothered by a sore hip early, and his energy level has almost been non-existent. With 2 out, nobody on, Giambi takes just outside. 2-2. Giambi, an MVP back in 2001 with Oakland. 3rd season with the Yankees. The 2-2 pitch is high, full count. Jeter next. And this crowd, which has cheered Clemens to a 10-3 start with the Astros, wants the top of the 1st to end right now. And will continue on the foul ball.
Yeah, it has been such a disappointing season for the Houston Astros fans here in Houston. High anticipations, particularly after the signing of Roger Clemens and Andy Pettitte. Andy Pettitte has missed a lot of time on the DL. Jimmy Williams, their manager, under fire.
Another 3-2 pitch, another foul ball. Yeah, we talked about it on Saturday when we were in St. Louis for the Cubs and Cardinals. If you would have told either one of us before the season that heading into the All-Star break, one team in the Central Division would have a 7-game lead, I think both you and I would have said Cubs probably first. Right. The Astros had a legitimate shot at that, but nobody would have expected the Cardinals, and their first half has been remarkable. 3 starters participating in this All-Star game, and Tony La Russa has done his best job yet since coming to St. Louis in '96. That 7-game lead over the Cubs, 7.5 over Cincinnati. The second half of the season coming up. Giambi hits it up the middle. Kent to his right, can't make the play. And this has been an ugly start for the National League so far in this one, as Giambi is on. And we'll wait and see if they call it a hit or an error.
I think it's going to be a base hit, but it's a ball that a lot of second basemen get to. Normally, when an infielder goes to his right and bobbles the ball, it hits the heel of the glove. That ball hit the heel of the glove, trickled down, and it is being scored.
Yeah. An error.
No, it's an error.
Good. All right, not too bad.
I guess with Giambi running, it would have been a very easy play for Kent to make the play, stop, and throw Giambi out.
So you're defending right now the official scoring.
Yes, I am. We do that at All-Star games. Yes.
Everybody's an All-Star.
That's right.
It's a triumvirate. There are 3 official scorers that get together, huddle, and come up with that call.
That is also correct.
Runner at first with 2 out, and the 0-1 pitch is down and away to Derek Jeter. We look at this All-Star game note. First time a team has hit a double, triple, and a home run in the same inning.
Going for the cycle.
Could have had it if they hadn't ruled that an error.
That's right.
A chance at history slips through all of our fingers here tonight in Houston. Runner at first, 2 out, and this has turned into an extremely long first inning for Roger Clemens. A chopper, base hit. Now the American League has hit for the cycle here in the first. Going to third is Giambi. And this nightmare continues for Clemens. A double, a triple, a homer, an error, a base hit. And it will at least be a 30-pitch first inning for Clemens.
Over the head of first baseman Albert Pujols. Joe, you and I were talking before the game, and you look at the pitching rosters on both teams.
They do, man. I love
the National League pitchers, the team ERA is a 2.64. It's about a half a run higher for the American League. And here it's the American League who jumps out to the lead.
Here's Soriano hitting one to deep left field. Bonds will watch it go. A home run, a 3-run shot. And just like that, with a look of astonishment on the face of Roger Clemens, it's 6-0 American League. So the error extends the inning. A bouncing single by Jeter, and now it's ex-teammate of Roger Clemens, Alfonso Soriano, going deep to left.
Again, it appeared to be a slider. We talked about it before on our broadcast. Sliders go farther, in my view, than any other pitch. Has a tendency to just spin in the strike zone, as that one did to Soriano.
Roger Clemens is not experienced an inning like this since putting on an Astros uniform for the first time at any point this season. 2 home runs here in the first inning, and Mark Mulder, the last thing, I'm surprised he even packed a batting helmet to come here.
Or a bat.
Here he is batting in the first inning, a 6-0 American League lead. Piazza trying to frame it. There's already action. The closer for the Brewers, Danny Kolb, is getting loose.
Randy Johnson was scheduled to be the second pitcher. But I think Jack McKeon is figuring rightly that perhaps he'll bring Kolb in instead of Johnson since they're 6 runs down.
That could be it for Roger Clemens. He's through a long first inning. It's 6-0 American League. 2 home runs. Ramirez, Soriano. American League with a great start tonight.
Drink, drink, drink. Blue eyes that are bright as stars when they're shining on me. Drink, drink, drink. The lips that are red and sweet as the fruit on the tree. Hey, those lips that are red and sweet tonight with royalty. Drink, drink, let the toast start. Let's never part. Drink, drink, drink. Every true lover soul is
Drink to your health. Because the more water you drink, the better you feel. So make your body happy. Drink more water.
Drink, drink, drink.
I'm full! People everywhere are experiencing a breakthrough.
I haven't been this full since...
Fullness from a value menu.
Little announcement.
We're full!
Introducing the Big Bell Value Menu from Taco Bell. A new menu of filling items like half-pound burritos and double tacos. Designed to keep your stomach and your wallet full.
I'm full, but you wouldn't understand that.
Get full on value. Think outside the bun.
They're hot, they're powerful, and they can tow over 6,000 pounds.
Who do you love?
Trailblazer and the 7-passenger Trailblazer EXT.
Who do you love?
Trailblazer, an American revolution. Trailblazer is available with the safety and security of OnStar.
The 2004 All-Star Game on Fox is brought to you by Thank You from Citi, a new kind of rewards program from a card you can count on. By Aquafina, make your body happy, drink more water. And by the new Chevrolets, 10 new cars and trucks in 20 months, an American revolution.
Mark Mulder, who is a 12-game winner for the Oakland A's, is to work in the bottom of the first inning. 6 runs on 5 hits, and now Edgar Renteria goes after the first pitch and hits a 1-hopper over to Alex Rodriguez, 1 out. And that's the way the bottom of the first inning begins for the NL. Once again, the starting lineup for the National League brought to you by Citibank. Down by 6 in the first inning. We'll see what this lineup can do. It's Pujols now, then Bonds, Scott Rowland, Sammy Sosa, Mike Piazza, Lance Berkman, Jeff Kent, and Roger Clemens for now is in the number 9 spot in the order. Here is Albert Pujols. 3rd time an All-Star, and it's been at 3 different positions. He's done it at 3rd, he's done it in the outfield. This year, the starter at first base. A career .329 hitter. He shoots it into right center field. Ichiro on the run, won't get it. It takes 1 hop, it's a double, and Pujols is on with 1 out here in the first inning for the National League.
There is no more line-to-line hitter in the major leagues than Albert Pujols. He has power to right field down the line, left field down the line. and he has the extraordinary ability of keeping a ball inside off the plate fair. The only other guy, in my view, that can do that is the guy hitting right now.
A guy by the name of Barry Bonds. And for one of the, I would say, only times this season, here's Bonds with a base open, first inning. And the catcher is in a squatting position, ready to receive a pitch from Mark Mulder. He said he's going to come right after Bonds, and we'll see. First pitch misses, blowing away ball one. The numbers for Mulder, 12-2 record, which ties him for the major league lead. Bonds pops it into center field, and Suzuki, Ichiro, will end up going to his right to carry him toward third base. He makes a strong throw, 2 out. The 6-time MVP, who's doing remarkable things year after year after year, already with 71 intentional walks, which is a single season record, is the second out. Here's Rolen.
It was the first time when we met with the 500 home run inactive players the other day, and Henry Aaron saying that Barry Bonds may be the greatest hitter ever to don a major league uniform.
He also said he doesn't believe Barry when he says that he is not going to break the all-time home run record. That's what Bonds says, but he is only 75 home runs away. And you look at this amazing major league career, which has been getting better with time. Here's an 0-1 to Rolen, who has knocked home 80 runs for St. Louis, the highest total in all of Major League Baseball, and his teammate Albert Pujols is waiting for him out there. No one player has driven in any other one player more than Rolen has driven in Pujols this season. The count stays 0-2. Something people don't talk a lot about with regard to Pujols, but he has scored the most runs in the National League. And he does that year after year after year. 112 runs or more every season in the big leagues. Here's an 0-2 to Rolen. Ball one. Sosa would follow. And a stunned, quiet crowd here in Houston, just witnessing Roger Clemens endure a 6-run first inning, wondering if Rolen can pick up his teammate Pujols. Just missed the inside corner, 2-2. Last year, a game that was won by the American League 7-6 on that home run by Blaylock. Now Rolen is hit. Sosa will bat with 2 on.
Ivan Rodriguez setting up inside, and the pitch about 6 inches to the left. So now the National League, if Sosa can pop one, they can have the deficit.
A one-time MVP, Sammy Sosa, is on the disabled list this season. Missed a lot of time with 2 violent sneezes. Small tears and ligaments in his back. Pops one into right. Guerrero coming, won't get there. Pujols will come around third, and it's 6-1. A broken bat base hit into right field by Sosa. And it's a 5-run American League lead.
The only reason Scott Rolen's not on third base is he's nursing a tender left knee. This ball off the end of the bat by Sosa. I think it's a myth that people talk about breaking bats, that you break more bats on balls inside. I think more bats are broken on balls hit off the end of the bat than on the handle.
Now it's Mike Piazza with 2 on, 2 out. Ball one. It appears, with work continuing for the National League and their bullpen, that Roger Clemens is going to be finished after 1 inning, allowing 6 runs on 5 hits. A couple of home runs, and that decision rests not only with Jack McKeon, but Rogers' manager, Jimmy Williams, is right next to McKeon. There's Jimmy Williams in the foreground. Here comes a 2-0 pitch. 2 on, 2 out. Piazza takes ball 3 with Berkman on deck. '86, 3 innings, no runs, no hits, and tonight one inning, 6 runs, 5 hits as a strike is into Piazza. Two on, 2 out. Piazza comes up empty, full count. And the runners will go with this next pitch.
Mike going after a bad pitch. Ball about ankle high. You could see Rodriguez setting up outside. It missed, but so did Piazza.
Runners go, 3-2 pitch, and the inning is over. Piazza strikes out. The National League gets 1. A run on 2 hits, a hit batsman, and we go to the second here in Houston. It's 6-1 AL.
Oh, you must be having a boy. What do you do, huh?
I'm not pregnant.
You're not?
No. Why?
Thank you?
Me?
Yes, thank you.
Girl. Come on.
Amazing what a simple thank you can do. Introducing Thank You from Citi, a new kind of rewards program. Easy to earn, easy to redeem. That's a card you can count on.
An innocent woman.
Who's there?
Left for dead. An ancient power brought to life.
You are a Catwoman.
This summer,
Put your hands on your head.
revenge is born.
Oops, my bad.
Halle Berry is
Catwoman. You heard of her?
Catwoman. Rated PG-13. Starts July 23rd.
Thinking about refinancing your home? Call AmeriQuest now. You'll get your own personal loan specialist.
Whenever you call me, I'll be there.
Someone who knows you are more than your credit score. Who can help you pay off your high-interest credit cards and lower your monthly payments. We even do the paperwork. Call 1-800-AmeriQuest now or go to AmeriQuest.com. AmeriQuest, the company that knows you are more.
Hi, I'm Damon Wayans, and I'm here to tell you, when you drink Specially Marked Pepsi, you could enter for a chance to play for $1 billion. Sorry, I said billion, not million. Cut! It is a billion. What? You mean $1 billion? Yes. As in 1,000 million? Mm-hmm. As in your own island with giraffes and stuff running around?
Yeah.
Where even my butlers can have a butler?
Yes. It's Pepsi's Play for $1 billion. Drink Pepsi and you could win the guaranteed million. Someone may even win $1 billion.
I could win $1 billion.
No, you are in this Pepsi commercial. You are not eligible.
Ah, I quit.
Ready, nimble, quick, now. Productive, proactive, collected, connected. Responding to change. In the air, everywhere. Swift, in sync, in step, as one. Before noon, before 6, before the other guy. In other words, on-demand business from IBM.
Behind every great champion is someone who believes in them. Oscar De La Hoya and the producers of Fear Factor present reality's next knockout hit.
It's not about who hits harder. It's about who has the biggest dream.
The next great champ, coming Fox Fall.
The new pitcher is Danny Kolb as he takes over for the National League representing the Milwaukee Brewers. Ichiro hacks at the first pitch, strike 1. One thing you're going to get from Kolb, a lot of strikes. A guy who does not strike out a lot of hitters. He has 26 saves, only 11 strikeouts pitching this season. But he has a 94% save percentage for the surprising Milwaukee Brewers. Between innings, this took place. Jack McKeon talking to the umpire.
One of the relievers kind of messed my plans up there. Randy going 2, but hell, he had 35.
It did mess his plans up. We thought Clemens for 2, Randy Johnson for 2, and by the way, Randy Johnson is getting loose for the National League. And Kolb is in essence the emergency guy here in the second.
Those guys with sticks in the other dugouts messing Jack McKeon's night up so far.
A bouncer to first and a nice pickup by Pujols, 1 out. Ichiro, who doubled and scored his first time up, grounds out to start the second. While we were in break, Pepsi gave this lucky fan a trip to Los Angeles for the chance to play for $1 billion. During tonight's broadcast, another baseball fan will also win a trip to Hollywood to play for $1 billion. So have your Pepsi Play for $1 Billion game code ready, because we'll be revealing the winning characters throughout the game. Here is the first character in the winning game code. Keep watching for the rest. With 1 out, nobody on, the number 2 hitter is Ivan Rodriguez, who tripled off the top of the wall in right his first time up. Such a big part of the World Championship won last year by the Florida Marlins. The anchor behind the plate now with Detroit, and he is 2 for 2. One interesting tidbit about Ivan Pudge Rodriguez: he loves the music of Yanni. And I think we all do.
Huge Yanni fan. Who played the national anthem at Pro Player Stadium in Miami last year.
Hard to come off Yanni music with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball under the chin of Vladimir Guerrero, but that's what just happened. Ball 1 up and in to get Guerrero off the plate.
I'll tell you, that base hit that Rodriguez just got is like Yanni music as a hit. It a little flare into right center field. You hear the music playing as the broken bat hit went into right center.
Somewhere Pat Morita is weeping. Guerrero pops it up into left center field, and Berkman flows to it to his right. 2 out. Guerrero's 0 for 2. Anybody paying attention to Vladimir Guerrero these days? Oof. If you're not, you should be. With the kind of season he's put together with the Angels. There were some teams that were scared off because of his bad back. The Dodgers evidently had a deal in place for Guerrero, but couldn't pull the trigger because of the ownership change. So he goes to Anaheim, and he's hit 20, driven in 77. And he's 3rd in the AL, hitting .345. Here's Manny Ramirez, who homered in the first. He takes a ball up and in. Disappointing end to the first half for the Boston Red Sox. They were battling the Yankees and then had a hard-fought but Yankee-dominated series at Yankee Stadium, and they find themselves 7 out at the break. 2-0.
You talked about it before. Manny Ramirez's first at bat, saying that Joe Torre will give him 1 at bat. Well, when you hit a home run, that hamstring has a tendency to feel better. And batting in for a second is Esteban Loaiza, warms for the American League.
It's called Visions of an MVP award.
Right? That's right.
Well, I've already hit 1 2-run home run. Now it's Kolb, not Clemens. Let me have another rip at it. 2 balls and a strike for Kolb. Kolb is a guy who a couple of years ago might have been on his way out of baseball, released by the Texas Rangers. And he has been phenomenal, closing games for the Brewers, who were 4 games over the 500 mark at the All-Star break. 3 balls and a strike with Alex Rodriguez next. Kolb trying to get around the 1-out hit by Ivan Rodriguez. To the shortstop, Brent Torria. I would be really disappointed if we didn't hear more from Yanni going to break.
Dad, you know how you want to be everywhere I am? Now you can be.
For a limited time, get Singular Family Talk for just $9.99 a line and get a cool phone to keep track of your kids.
I call it my "This is so much better" plan.
$9.99 a line. Another reason Singular fits you best.
These robots are the realization of Dr. Lanning's dream.
You know what? In that dream of his, I bet you he wasn't dead. There's no way my luck is that bad.
There is no conspiracy.
Sorry, I'm allergic to bull.
You like that? Huh? Come on! Did you just shoot at me with your eyes closed?
It worked, didn't it?
iRobot, rated PG-13, Friday. Get a sneak peek of iRobot during Method and Red tomorrow at 9:30 on Fox.
Red Sox World Series tickets.
$500.
I pay $4 grand.
My car, my truck, my computer,
2 months' salary.
my entire savings account,
Anything.
My fish.
My dog.
my girlfriend. My firstborn kid.
Really?
Seeing the Red Sox in the World Series, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Accepted wherever there's hope.
Leon, as a novice professional baseball player, who are some other players you admire?
Well, Chuck, I think I would have to say, myself. I really like me.
Seriously, there must be other players in the league you like.
No, Chuck.
What about any historic players?
Historic players? Look here, man, I ain't really concerned with what was happening during the dinosaur age. Leon lives in it right now.
And right now?
Leon loves Leon. It's all good, baby.
The 2004 All-Star Game on Fox is brought to you by Budweiser. Grab a cold, fresh Budweiser. It's game time.
If either of the MasterCard targets are hit during the game, there will be a random seat draw, and one lucky fan at tonight's game wins $1 million. We already had $1 million handed out. Tom Gray will leave the stadium happy tonight. Barry Bonds, by the way, came within, I mean, literally 3 inches of that sign in right field last night during the home run derby. Here comes a 1-1 pitch to Berkman with Kent, and then the pitcher's spot to follow. So we know that Kolb is finished, and for Danny, he goes 1 scoreless inning, allowing a hit. So the bottom 3 in the order. A 1-2 pitch. Berkman hits it the other way, and Giambi on the knee takes it to the bag, 1 out. So the Rice product, originally from Waco, Texas, hitting .299 on the season, is the first out. Here is Jeff Kent.
Lance Berkman was a guy who was on a partial ride to the fine university here in Houston, Rice University. Here he is, a star in the big leagues.
2 out. Line drive to Soriano, and the first 2 are gone here in the second, and Mulder has 1 more out. See if he can pick it up. And he will deal with Barry Larkin, who will pinch hit for Kolb. So if things didn't go according to plan for Jack McKeon, they will for Joe Torre, at least here at the beginning, as Loaiza is getting ready to back up Mulder if he can get out of this second inning. Nobody on and 2 down at the moment. First pitch is inside for ball 1 to Larkin.
Some of you folks out there may not be familiar with Mark Mulder, but over the last 3.5 years, he is the winningest pitcher in baseball, winning 67 and losing 26. You're very familiar with him in the Bay Area.
And the guy at the plate, no active player has played more seasons with only 1 team over his entire career than Barry Larkin. See the number 67 for Mulder. Larkin has been with the Reds for 19 years. And he has told the Reds to put off the plans at the end of the year to honor him for his great career. They were going to honor him the final weekend, and he said, let's hold off on that because I may want to play next year. A 12-time All-Star, Larkin trying to get on in front of Renteria. To the left side, and A-Rod cuts it off in front of his teammate Jeter. And the first 2 are in the books here in Houston. 6-1, the American League on top. Back after this from your local station.
4 pennies thick, a 1/4 inch away, Northeast Ohio was this close to a nuclear meltdown.
The accident would have been much worse than 3 Mile and not as bad as Chernobyl.
A shocking I-Team investigation tomorrow. Fox 8 News at 10.
Can inspiration make the minivan even more amazing? Yes. Will it let you travel in luxury and style? Sure. Can it find a place for everything and put everything in its place? Of course. The amazing new Chrysler Town & Country, the only minivan with stow-and-go seating and storage. Chrysler, inspiration comes standard.
Want more? Get more. At the Chrysler Summer Sales Drive, get $1,000 bonus cash on Town & Country for a combined cash allowance of $2,000.
Small business owners love the start of the day, when thoughts have no ceilings, goals are clear, and possibilities have no limits. We want to keep the limits away with SBC Business Unlimited and a low flat rate that just got lower. $48.95 for unlimited local, toll, and nationwide long distance for your first line. Seeing small business differently. SBC.
What are you doing, George?
Oh, getting my driving gloves ready, Joey. H.H. Gregg's now offering no-interest financing for 24 months on all Whirlpool and KitchenAid appliances.
All of them?
Every washer and dryer, every dishwasher, refrigerator, range, $299 or more.
Even the high-end stuff?
Every Whirlpool and KitchenAid, Joey.
This looks like a job for Captain Delivery.
Get no-interest financing for 24 months on all Whirlpool and KitchenAid appliances, now at H.H. Gregg.
Well, I got that world on a string. I'm sitting on a rainbow. I got that little string around my
It's that time of year again. The Mercedes-Benz Summer Event is going on right now. It's an event worth remembering. Visit your local Mercedes-Benz dealer for a special lease offer through Mercedes-Benz Credit on the newly redesigned 2005 C230 Sport Sedan.
Don't you see that I'm in love?
Randy Johnson takes over for the National League. And with all of the talk early in the week about Clemens, Piazza, and that situation, I think talk and headlines have been dominated by Randy Johnson saying to reporters that he may accept a trade to the right organization if it benefited the Arizona Diamondbacks, as he is due a ton of money. $16 million this year, $16 million next year, and obviously half of this season is gone. It is going to have to be a big chunk of money to give a little salary relief to the Arizona Diamondbacks, and then the question becomes who has the best package of prospects to give Arizona to get Randy Johnson. 2 balls and a strike. 3-1.
So will he be a teammate of Alex Rodriguez before the month is out? Will he be pitching for Joe Torre? In my view, this is one trade, if that happens, that the Boston Red Sox have to block.
An absolute shattered bat. 1 out. So Randy Johnson, who has that fantastic fastball and that devastating slider. We learned more about the slider for the kids.
What's up? Scooter here. A slider looks just like a fastball, but at the last second slides away. Pretty tricky, huh? Strike 1, strike 2, strike 3. You are out!
We talked about the slider and Roger Clemens. Rogers is a tighter version of the slider. Randy Johnson, even though that was a fastball off the end of the bat by A-Rod, but Randy's is more of a sweeping slider. So our thanks to Scooter. But you're getting
thanking an animated creature.
Yes. Well, I do that a lot. For whatever reason.
The batter is Giambi with 1 out.
We're getting back to Randy Johnson. You know, the Yankees are famous for blocking trades to keep the Red Sox or another team in the American League East from getting a particular player. And in my view, this is one time the Boston Red Sox cannot allow that to happen. If anybody gets Randy Johnson in the American League East, if I'm the Red Sox, I'm saying it's got to be us.
A couple other factors here. A couple of years ago, George Steinbrenner upset Jerry Colangelo, the owner of the Diamondbacks, when Colangelo thought he had a deal with David Wells. And Steinbrenner said, he's coming back to the Yankees. And Wells was a great performer again for the New York Yankees, regular season and postseason. The other is, do the Yankees have enough left in their system to put together to outdo somebody else's proposal to get Randy Johnson? And the conventional thinking is they may be short in that area.
Yeah, they've got the money, but do they have the players?
1 on, 1 out. No balls, 1 strike on Jeter.
There's that slider that Scooter was talking about. See Jeter way out in front. Watch the sweeping action starting outside and fooling Derek Jeter.
Jeter singled and scored his first time up. Bounced a base hit over the head of Pujols at first. The opposite way, and another base hit for the American League. Giambi will stop at second. It's 2 on, 1 out. What has the year been like for Randy Johnson? The perfect game. And reaching 4,000 strikeouts. The age of 40, the oldest pitcher ever to throw a perfect game, and he leads the major leagues right now with 145 strikeouts. And now he has to get familiar with Piazza, call him out, and they'll talk about the signs with Giambi down at second and 1 out.
How about what the Atlanta Braves went through over a 3-day period in May? On May 16th, Ben Sheets struck out 18 Braves. And then 2 days later, Randy Johnson pitches a perfect game. And yet, Bobby Cox and his Atlanta Braves have had a resurgence and are currently 1 game behind the Philadelphia Phillies in the National League East.
That pitch is low to Soriano. Well, people said the Braves are just short. They don't have it. They had to unload all those players. They no longer have Maddox. Obviously, they don't have Glavine. They didn't have him last year. They don't have Sheffield. They don't have Bobby Lopez. They don't have enough to compete in the National League East. Well, nobody's run away with the National League East like the Phillies and maybe the Marlins. And the Braves have been allowed to hang around, and now they're only a game out.
The New York Mets are 2 games out in 4th place in the NL West.
When you give Bobby Cox veterans know how to play, watch out, because he knows how to manage and he knows how to motivate that team to play baseball the right way and to get victories. And right now they're 3 games over the 500 mark and only a game behind the Phillies. 2 on with 1 out, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Soriano. So the runners will return to first and second. A reminder that Singular Wireless has put fans in command of tonight's Singular Play of the Game. Register by text messaging play to 369 on your Singular Wireless phone, or log on to foxsports.com on MSN. Keyword play. Randy Johnson has surrendered back-to-back hits with one out. And now in the hole, Renteria can't get to it, but Giambi. 3 consecutive singles. And we'll have a pinch hitter for Mulder.
Alfonso Soriano, who of course went to Texas. Talk about the Cardinal infield of Roland Renteria and Pujols. What about that Texas Ranger infield? All 3 are here tonight. 3 of the 4. Not only Soriano, the second baseman, but Michael Young, the shortstop, and Hank Blaylock, who won last year's All-Star game.
Now it's Ken Harvey batting for the starter Mulder, with Loaiza set to take over, and Mulder ends up going 2 innings, allowing 1 run on 2 hits. 1 strikeout, no walks. Hit a batter. Bases loaded, 1 out for Ken Harvey of the Kansas City Royals. Now the count's 2-0. So the 2 starters that we've seen for the National League, Roger Clemens and Randy Johnson, 2 guys who have dominated in the first half, have not had it here tonight. Clemens went only 1, and now Johnson's in a ton of trouble. 2 balls and a strike.
Randy Johnson is one of the more terrifying pitchers that I've ever seen at the big league level. 6'10". His earned run average in all-star games is the 5th lowest, .82.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Larry Walker, a left-handed hitter, turned around in Cleveland 7 years ago to hit right-handed. The famous John Kruk in Camden Yards in Baltimore in 1993.
Johnson gets what he needs. And that's the second out of the inning. Let's listen in to Joe Torre moments ago before the at-bat by Harvey.
You should go in and see if you wanted to hit again off the unit.
Did you ask him?
No, you should. You should go in and ask him. He's inside. No, later. You go later. I was looking for Joe. Wanted to know if you wanted to hit off the unit.
Wondering if Mark Mulder wanted to take his hacks against Randy Johnson. Harvey did. He came up empty, and now it's Ichiro, strike 1. Ichiro 1 out of 2 with a double, a run scored, and a ground out. Accomplishing that feat that Freddie Lynn did back in 1975 with Rookie of the Year award and the MVP.
Speaking of Freddie Lynn, he's the only hitter who's hit a grand slam home run in the All-Star game. Did it in 1983.
That was a pretty good slider there from Randy Johnson.
That was a big league slider. Scooter would have been proud of that slider.
When you get Ichiro bailing out of the batter's box and it's a strike, that's a good pitch. There's another one, and it misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Terrifying in any language.
Bases loaded, 2 out, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Breaking ball, the slider. Pujols ranges to his right. Johnson gets to the bag barely to beat Ichiro to end the inning. And the American League leaves the bases loaded. Bottom of the 3rd. NL Bats down by 5.
A typical full-size pickup handles like this over rough terrain. With outboard mounted shocks placed outside the frame rails, Ford F-150 handles like this. The advantage of being the only pickup with outboard shocks is easy to see. Only this truck earned the right to be the next Ford F-150.
Sport is sport.
A foul's a foul. A dunk's a dunk. 10 feet on the west side is 10 feet on the east side. An out's an out. No doubt about that. And a bat's a bat, even if it's flat. Football is football, unless it's football, where the game's the same, wherever it's at. Now, a win's a win, a loss is a loss. But no matter what, you better come with it, or don't come at all, because it's 90 feet to first, no matter where home is.
Hey, man.
Hey. Whoa! My spidey sense tells me that you have just won a new TV. Plasma! Yeah, but that was my sister's. She have a warranty?
Play the Burger King Spidey Sense game. Win Sony Electronics, a family of Saturns, even $1 million. Drop in and play. Every game piece can win.
Roger, Clemens. You have a go.
I'm happy to be at home, get back out there on the field to compete, to win, and win it all. Once you have a little taste of that, that's all it's about.
Swing and a miss.
5 straight with a rocket.
Make no mistake about it, I'm here to win a World Series. For me and those guys in that clubhouse, anything short of that's going to be a disappointment. I live for this.
Catch Major League Baseball all season long on Fox. Don't miss it.
Esteban Loaiza takes over for the American League, the second pitcher of the night, and he will deal with the top of the order for the National League. The numbers for Loaiza, who has had an amazing turnaround the last year and a half, and Renteria's first up with Pujols and Bonds to follow as the National League tries to jump back into this game. Jack McKeon is the manager of the National League because he and the Marlins won the World Series last year. And Jack, we heard you say that first inning kind of messed up your plans there with the pitching. You had to go to Kolb earlier than you ever thought you would.
Well, you know, he's a reliever, so that we, had the option. We're going to go 1 inning with him, so let's get him out of the way, and he can bail us out of that spot we were in with Roger going 1 inning, and we had, Randy programmed for the third. So
what a great pickup and throw by Alex Rodriguez for the first out.
And it also did give us a chance, really, to get one of our starting pitchers enough time to warm up. So we decided to go with the reliever who warms up quickly.
That starting pitcher was Randy Johnson, and as Albert Pujols digs his way in, let's quickly, Jack, look at the National League East. You guys are hanging right in there, aren't you?
Yeah, well, it's a 4-team battle, really, and whoever gets on a good streak here in the next month or so is going to make it tough for us. But there's 4 clubs in contention, and any one of those clubs could win.
We asked you before the game how this experience would rank in your long baseball career. You said, well, let's see how it turns out. And I think I have a pretty good idea how it ranks right now. We'll see if it changes.
Well, we got some pretty good hitters in here. You know, we got a lot of depth on this bench here. Don't sell us short, because we can come back with a 5 spot just as well. They come on and put a 6 spot on the board.
Jack, we didn't take your attention away and your focus away. You weren't going to lift Barry Bonds for a pinch hitter, were you?
No. You're still doing a pretty good job there trying to help me.
All right. Thanks a lot, Jack.
Okay.
Barry Bonds at the plate with 2 out, nobody on, and he takes a ball down and in. Jack McKeon telling us before the game that of all the starters, his hope is to have Bonds play the longest. He's up on the count here, 2-0, dealing with Esteban Loaiza. With the bases empty, Bonds takes strike 1. Barry fly to center his first time up. The 2-1. Just outside.
Shift is on for Barry Bonds. Most National League teams do that. Swinging the third baseman all the way into the shortstop position.
Oh, another day, another walk, and the crowd here in Houston booing Esteban Loaiza, who puts Bonds on with a 2-out walk. Scott Rowland will be the hitter, and he is our Budweiser Fantasy Player the first half. Log on to foxsports.com on MSN, keyword Fantasy Baseball. Today's game brought to you by Budweiser. Grab a cold, fresh Budweiser. It's game time. 131 walks in the first half for Barry Bonds. 71 intentional passes. And he's on with 2 out, and Rolen comes up empty, strike 1.
The team that is as close to Barry Bonds in intentional walks, the St. Louis Cardinals with 40.
Again, Bonds has 71. The next closest competition in that category that he really wants no part of, but that's life in the big leagues for Barry Bonds now, is Jim Thome with 18. And it has been in a walk in the park. All-time career leader in walks, 555 of them intentional passes as Rolen takes strike 2. Rolen hit by a pitch his first time up by Mulder.
Barry Bonds' intentional walks go up with his age. If he's still playing at age 50, he might walk every time up intentionally.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Rolen. He's calling for that right now.
Nice. 700 at bats, 700 intentional walks.
Here's a 2-2. Rolen grounds it to third, foul. Somebody hoping for a souvenir down that left field side here in Houston. It's so close.
I remember back in seeing Willie McCovey as part of that group yesterday that we interviewed, Joe. I remember back in 1969, Leo DeRocher, the manager of the Chicago Cubs, walked Willie McCovey with nobody out and nobody on in the 9th inning of a 1-run game at Wrigley Field. And all of baseball was just, the talk was of how in the world could DeRocher do that? And now it's done on an everyday basis with Barry Bonds.
In fact, Barry was walked by Buck Showalter, the Arizona Diamondbacks, with the bases loaded and 2 out in the 9th inning of a 2-run game. It made it a 1-run game, and Brent Mayne lined out to end the game.
Yeah.
Pitches inside to Rolen, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody dictates what happens in a baseball game more than Barry Bonds. And he will go at first base on a 3-2 to Rolen. And they'll have to come back and then go again. The chance for big league money continues. Here's the next character in the Pepsi Play for a Billion winning game code. To Z, following the E.
EZ.
Another 3-2 from Loaiza, and a base hit for Rolen. Bonds will hold at second, and all of a sudden Sosa, who has the only RBI for the National League, could put a charge into one and help the NL climb back into this game. They trail 6-1.
A long way to go, a lot of baseball left, but if the National League does come back to tie, it will be the biggest comeback ever. 1955, the National League came back from a 5-0 deficit, and in 12 innings, Stan Musial won it for the National League.
Diamond Cam look at Sammy Sosa with 2 on, 2 out off the end of the bat, strike 1. I couldn't help but watch Sammy Sosa during the home run competition last night and think about every executive and fan of the Chicago Cubs watching Sosa take the rips he was taking after suffering from that bad back. I'm sure holding their breath with every swing. I mean, he was letting it fly. That's too far inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. The youngest to 500 home runs in Major League history. Double X, Jimmy Fox, Willie Mays, Sammy Sosa. 555 for Sosa. Good pitch on the inside corner. Strike 2.
You can see Rodriguez setting up inside. That's an unusual pitch. Most sliders are designed to go away from right-handers, the outside part of the plate, but that pitch designed to stay inside.
Runners in first and second, 2 out. Sosa goes the other way, and Soriano to his left. Ends the inning. We go to the 4th inning. Still 6-1, the American League on top here in Houston.
could just go to FedEx Kinko's. They've got copying, printing, shipping, all the latest technology. And there's always one around. Just a thought.
The new FedEx Kinko's. Make it, print it, pack it, ship it. Our office is your office.
There's a power so awesome, so irresistible, you'll do anything to get your hands on it. Introducing Gillette M3 Power. Turn on the first micro-power shaving system from Gillette and turn on the amazing new Power Glide blades. Micropulses raise the hair so you shave closer in one power stroke. Feel the power of the world's best shave. New M3 Power, a Mach 3 innovation from Gillette. The best a man can get.
Writer-director M. Night Shyamalan.
We have always had a gentle understanding with the creatures who live beyond our borders.
Nothing you've ever imagined.
There are marks on the door.
Nothing you've ever experienced.
This color is not allowed. It attracts them.
Nothing can prepare you for.
Never enter the woods. That is where they wait.
The Village starts July 30th. Rated PG-13.
King is flip-flopped, sir.
Yeah? His latest campaign line is, get this, choose on taste.
No! We got him!
It would appear so, sir.
Choose on taste, that's great! That's what we've been saying all along. We've done the taste test.
Yes, sir.
The majority says Miller Lite has more taste than Bud Light.
And half the carbs, sir.
We've won! We've won! President to be
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. You're not acting very presidential.
So impeach me!
Taste for yourself. Take the Miller Taste Challenge today. Good call.
Who brings you the most power-packed summer vacation? Universal Orlando Resort and Radio Shack. And now your family can register to win one of 35 action-packed Universal Power Trips for 4 at Radio Shack. Now let Radio Shack help you stay connected to friends and family with this Samsung A650 color screen flip phone from Verizon Wireless on sale for $19.99 with 2-year agreement. With a deal like this, you can get one for every member of your family. Visit universalpowertrip.com or register at Radio Shack.
The 2004 All-Star Game on Fox is brought to you by Radio Shack. You've got questions, we've got answers. By GMC, we are professional grade. And by Miller. Vote Miller for President of Beers. Good call.
Aerial coverage for tonight's All-Star Game, courtesy of the AmeriQuest Airship Freedom, captained by Scott Daniker and co-pilot Mike Hance. AmeriQuest is the official mortgage company of Major League Baseball. Away we go, 4th inning, and one of the best kept secrets in baseball, Carlos Zambrano, who for the last couple of years people have been saying he may have the best stuff of any of the starters in Chicago. He's pitched like it the first half of this season. It's a 97-mile-an-hour fastball past the bat of Ivan Rodriguez. It's 1-1. This guy is good.
Oh, what an arm. How laudatory is that with the likes of Kerry Wood, Mark Pryor on the same staff?
97 again, and the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Heavy sink, and obviously a live arm and that great fastball from Zambrano. George Bush, Barbara Bush, Houston residents, and in their typical seats here at Minute Maid Park. He's been doing that all year, his entire career. 1 out here in the 4th inning. Last half inning, Giambi and Bonds were talking over at first base.
Are they hard or soft spikes? Soft spikes? Oh, you do? Yeah, I got this neck in a cross-trainer shoe. Nice. They're bad. Stay healthy, Big Daddy. Finish strong. All right, Big Daddy. Love you too, baby.
A lot of love in the air. Guerrero has his bat shattered. Pujols puts it away, 2 out.
Tell you, Joe, that soundbite is further proof that in the history of baseball, not one significant thing has been said by the runner at first base and the first baseman. Ever.
What about the fact
Trust me on that.
They love each other?
Well, not one significant thing has ever been said between the runner at first and the first baseman in the history of the game.
You never had anything, all the things that you say now on the air, all of the analytical points year after year after year, you never said anything at first base.
That meant anything. Nothing.
David Ortiz will pinch hit here for his teammate Manny Ramirez in the 4th inning.
And when I had a dismal showing playing first base, no one said anything significant to me, ever. Thank you.
Thank you.
Get that in.
I've said my piece. Hey, what's up? What's going on? Season going all right for you? Good, yeah. How are the wife, kids? Great. Fantastic. Really swinging it good there. Rough night tonight, but it's good. David Ortiz is at the plate. What a first half he has had. That's what those two are talking about. Chef and Jeter.
The dugout's a lot different than at first base. Number one, it's where your teammates reside, even though this is the All-Star game.
Number 2.
Well, number 1. I'm not even past number 1 yet.
Number 2, you're out of the view of millions of people.
Or you're really into some inside baseball in the dugout, particularly when a guy's a teammate of yours. I guarantee you that's what Barry Larkin's into right now. That's where your inside baseball talk is. On first base, forget about it.
Ortiz tried to check it. He did. The count goes to 3-1 from Zambrano with Alex Rodriguez on deck.
Think of the Boston Red Sox and where they would be without David Ortiz. He has led all major leaguers in RBIs since last year's All-Star game.
That's low, a 2-out walk. You can play Hit the Pros presented by the all-new GMC Canyon and face real pitches from today's best hurlers. Log on to foxsports.com on MSN, keyword games, GMC. We are professional grade. Now David Ortiz and Albert Pujols talk it over at first base. This time they're saying nothing in Spanish to each other. And Alex Rodriguez is at the plate. Hola, ¿qué pasa? Nada. Down in the dugout, though, it's a different thing. Tejada, he's got to be all pumped up after winning the home run derby here last night. Did it with ease. There's a strike on the inside corner to A-Rod. Carl Crawford, a hometown Houston product, is in the on-deck circle. Ball 2-2-1. We just showed you the train up on the tracks here at left field. They have a hill that's in play, a flagpole in center field that's in play here at this ballpark that opened in the year 2000. That's the opposite way, slicing foul. Fair ball. That's a foul ball. I don't know who said fair, but that was a foul ball. We are coming up on the top of the hour, and we look back. Here's Tom Gray winning $1 million. Muhammad Ali, the greatest, with us tonight. Part of the ceremonial first pitch. 2 home runs hit against Roger Clemens in the first, and that was it. A pat on the back, and Clemens down into the clubhouse. And now we are working in the 4th. Bottom of the inning, we'll have Piazza, Berkman, and Kent. Zambrano trying to keep it 6-1, and he misses with ball 3. A recap from the first inning.
Single, double, triple, home run. The American League.
Runner goes, and Alex Rodriguez wants to swing the bat tonight, so he offered it a pitch out of the strike zone. Would you ever intentionally do that in an all-star game? Would you take the walk, or would you just try to stay up there?
Well, I really can't say from experience that much. I was only in 2, so.
For Alex Rodriguez, the veteran, this is number 8. First one in 96.
Number 8, he's 28 years old.
Breaking ball is hammered into right center field. On the run, Berkman won't get there. All the way to the wall, and big David Ortiz is going to chug all the way around and score from first. Digging for third is Alex Rodriguez, safe with an RBI triple. And it's 7-1 American lead. Well, if he did intentionally offer it that 3-2 pitch and foul it back to get another shot at Zambrano, he made the most of it.
And he got the slider from Carlos. And that, when Alex Rodriguez is hitting well, that's his slot, right center field. He has tremendous power the other way. He is not a pull hitter, anything but, as a matter of fact. So with Ortiz running, David scores easily, and Rodriguez has the second triple for the American League tonight.
And now Carl Crawford, who was a 3-sport star at Davis High School, the Houston area, is at the plate. This guy could have done anything and is probably the best natural athlete playing in the game tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike on Crawford. Crawford is batting for Giambi, and that's a foul ball, strike 2. Let's check in with Kevin Kennedy.
Thanks, Joe. With Mark Muldy, and all the talk about Roger Clemens, and rightfully so, but you kind of snuck up on everybody. You got 6 runs on the board early. 67 wins, the most in Major League Baseball since 2001. Mark, your feelings on the event tonight?
It was a good time. You know, Huddy was already getting all over me, telling me I get runs. You know, I'm getting too much run support. So I got the 6 in the first, so it was fun.
You know, Mark, we talked about what a great offensive lineup the National League had, but your American League guys, you don't have to face these guys tonight. You got to be happy about that.
I'm very happy about that. You know, and I just didn't want to walk bonds. You know, so everything was a good night tonight.
All right, Mark. Thanks a lot. Great performance tonight. Good luck. Let's take it back to Joe.
All right, Kevin. Show you how little I know. I thought coming into this game, the starting pitching, really the pitching in general for the National League was stronger this year. The lineup was stronger in the National League, and it's 7-1 American League. Crawford strikes out. A-Rod is left at third, and the AL adds 1 more run. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. 7-1 American League.
Guitar is hot, but not far.
There are good ideas. There are great ideas. Then there are ideas that meet a higher standard. And those are the only ideas that make it into our trucks and SUVs. GMC Professional Grade Engineering. It's not more than you need, just more than you're used to.
College is in our immediate future, only not the same one. Florida, Texas, Ivy League. All 3 of us in college at the same time. We need a way to keep in touch. That won't cost us a lot.
With Singular Family Talk, count on the largest talk for free coverage area in America. Plus, get rollover. And for a limited time, it's just $9.99 a line.
We call it our More Money for Books. Yeah, right. Books. Plan.
$9.99 a line. Another reason Singular fits you best.
Most people, 10 years from now, same job, same place, same routine. Man, you don't know where you'd be 10 minutes from now.
You just met him once and you kill him like that?
But I should only kill people after I get to know them? You drive a cab, I'll make my rounds. You might make it through the night.
Oh, no!
Collateral.
New news. We're ahead of schedule.
This film is not yet rated. Starts August 6th.
Introducing Aspen Edge, low-carb premium lager. Crafted by Coors Master Brewers using high country malts and only 2.6 grams of carbs for a surprisingly real beer taste. Aspen Edge. So good, it doesn't even know it's low carb.
Beginning next Tuesday, Fox is taking 10 families and switching their moms to see what happens.
Jay, are you a croissant man?
I'm more like a donut. Trading spouses. Meet your new mommy.
I'm not done with it.
Premieres 1 week from tonight on Fox.
Well, we move into the bottom of the 4th inning, and the American League is on top 7-1. They have out-hit the National League 10-3.
How you doing, man? I was talking.
And defensively, some changes as Ortiz takes over at first base, and Carl Crawford will man left field. CC Sabathia is into the action, and Piazza pops it up out behind short. One pitch here in the bottom of the 4th, and it's Crawford coming in to make the catch, 1 out.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Tim. How are you? Hi,
Fine.
America, and all points beyond. I'm down here getting ready to participate in an on-field ceremony and presentation for Roger Clemens at the end of this half inning. So I've been split up from my partner. Everything okay back up there, Tim?
Everything is marvelous. Marvelous.
There's Lance Berkman. Grounded out his first time. He was the other finalist in the home run derby here last night and lost to Miguel Tejada. Berkman, then Kent. And if anybody gets on, it will be a pinch hitter against Sabathia. Tim, CC Sabathia is a big man.
Not only that, he had a baby boy. He and his wife had a baby boy last September. And the child is huge. A big kid, CC the third. He is 27 inches long. Make that 32 inches long and weighs 27 pounds.
And he's how old?
He's 10 months old.
Wow.
CC had him out here.
Berkman in the gap in left center field. Ichiro, Crawford, and it's Crawford with that great speed for out number 2.
CC had him out here during the home run hitting contest. CC telling us before the game that everybody thought that the child was about 3 years old. That's how big he is. Of course, his dad is big, too.
The only thing I could notice about CC Sabathia from sitting this close to him, and now the whole world is close to him, on Diamond Cam, is that his hat's on a little sideways.
He wears his hat like a true left-hander.
Carlos Beltran is literally 9 feet from me in the on-deck circle, Tim. So it's one Astro flying out to left center. It's another at the plate and another in the on-deck circle. Jeff Kent lined out his first time. And with 2 out, counts 2-0. Kent trying to extend it for his teammate. The 2-0. Left side in the hole, Jeter, base hit. So with the AL on top 7-1, Jeff Kent gets his first hit. And here comes Carlos Beltran, Tim, who the Astros picked up from Kansas City to try to contend either in the NL Central or the wild card. And now that they have really gone through a rough stretch, people expect them to maybe shop Carlos Beltran if they fall any further out in the Central or in the wild card.
Yep.
That's it? That's all I'm getting out of you?
Well, we talked about the woes through which the Astros are going. Jimmy Williams, what a year it has been. Surprising and bad. But I do not expect to see Carlos Beltran in an Astro uniform past July 31st, the waiver deadline.
Unless they pick it up. Unless they get it going. And they're hanging in the wild card race. But as they took the All-Star break, they hit it 10.5 games out behind St. Louis in the Central.
Losing 3 out of 4 to the Dodgers in Los Angeles.
3-0 from Sabathia. On 3-0, Beltran's got a take, and it's a strike.
The thing is, in order to keep Carlos Beltran, the Astros have to pick it up immediately because of the waiver deadline that's only almost less than 3 weeks away.
Here's another base hit through the hole into left, and it's 2 on with 2 out for Renteria.
He is a good-looking player.
Yeah, obviously, those around the country haven't seen a lot of Carlos Beltran, Tim, because he's played for the Kansas City Royals, but he's a switch hitter with power and great speed. He's a good outfielder. Talking with his agent, Scott Boras, a couple of weeks ago, he thinks he would suit a National League team better than he would an AL team, but I would imagine it's all up in the air, and he could end up anywhere if the Astros, who got him basically as a rental from Kansas City, want to make a move. Two on with two out, no balls, one strike on Renteria. Edgar 0 for 2 tonight, and it's 0-2 from Sabathia.
We had a quick shot of Carl Pavano of the Florida Marlins, who has just had a terrific year for Jack McKeon. And the Marlins, who, as we said earlier, only a game and a half behind the Philadelphia Phillies.
2 on, 2 out, 0-2 pitch. Nice play by Ivan Rodriguez, and you can hear the chains around his neck jingle as he blocks that ball in the dirt. Ball 1. Wearing a lot of jewelry, just like you did, Tim, when you caught for all those years. Renteria hits it to third. That's a fair ball, and it hits off the glove of Alex Rodriguez. Kent will score 3 straight 2-out hits, and it's a 7-2 American League lead. Now you get into the real meat of this National League lineup, and Sabathia is going to have his work cut out for him to get out of this 4th inning, keeping it a 5-run game.
Yeah, 2-out rallies, the most difficult of rallies, because for the most part, you score no cheap runs. You have to hit your way on, and that's what the National League has done. 2 singles, a double off the glove of Rodriguez. Jeff Kent scores, so now a 7-2 American League lead.
Last year, Albert Pujols finished 2nd in the MVP voting in the National League to the guy on deck, Bonds. 2nd and 3rd, 2 down, and Pujols takes a strike. The Cardinals were not worried one bit, Tim, when they rewarded Albert Pujols with a multi-million-dollar, multi-year deal with the kind of approach he takes day in and day out. He has shown them in a hurry that he plays the game the right way, and that's into left field, down the line, and off the wall. 2 more runs will score, and the National League has climbed back into the game. A 2-out, 2-run double by Pujols, and all of a sudden it's 7-4.
Remember the comment we made earlier about keeping the inside pitch fair? Albert Pujols can do it. Barry Bonds can do it. Most hitters who can put the good part of the bat on the ball, when they get an inside pitch, they pull it foul. This ball is off the plate by about 4 inches. Pujols not only hits it hard, he keeps it fair and keeps the National League back in this ball game.
So after the AL gets a run on the top of the 4th, the National League not only has put up 3 to make it 7-4, but they've got Bonds at the plate, the game's best hitter. I know we really haven't touched much on it, Tim. It is remarkable the patience Bonds has exhibited the last few years and the unbelievable things he has done with the 2 pitches maybe he sees per game to hit. I mean, he could go a week and see maybe 10 good pitches.
That's right.
To try to drive.
That's right.
Number 1 in the National League with a .365 average. He pops it straight up. That ball misses the girders, and Derek Jeter puts it away. But the National League is back in the game. It's a 3-run game. 3 runs in the inning. We go to the 5th inning. It's 7-4 AL. Right now, here is a video tribute to the great Roger Clemens.
Highway run into the midnight sun. Wheels go round and round.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a great night to celebrate Major League Baseball. This is a great night to celebrate the great city of Houston. And this is an even more special night to celebrate one of your favorite sons, the great Roger Clemens. Here's the Commissioner of Baseball.
Roger, before a worldwide television audience and your hometown fans here in Houston, it is my great honor to present you with the Commissioner's Historic Achievement Award. Your Hall of Fame 21 career has been highlighted by many awards, honors, and remarkable performances. Tonight, we're celebrating your place amongst an elite group of pitchers who have accumulated 300 career victories and over 4,000 strikeouts. These achievements will ensure that your name will always be mentioned with the greatest pitchers in the history of this great game. This is the 8th Commissioner's Historic Achievement Award that we've presented. Congratulations, Roger. You've done a lot for so many, and all of us are very proud of you.
Roger, I know this is bittersweet for you because I know the competitor you are, and after that first inning, it's got to eat at you walking off the field down by 6.
Yeah, I put our guys in a hole, but we'll get a crowd into it a little bit, and these guys are working way back into the game. We're going to win the game.
Final question. You've got your family behind you. I know your retirement didn't last too long. You end up back here with Houston. You've had a great first half. Does it make you even think past this year with what might be out there for Roger Clemens?
I'm going to leave that percentage point open again. You know, I don't want to get into that, but I'd be remiss if I didn't say thank you to all the fans, all the great fans of Major League Baseball, all the towns and cities, the great cities I've been had the fortune to play in, and especially here at home. I just want to say thank you very much.
Roger Clemens. A nice moment for Roger and his family. We'll take a break. 5th inning when we come back from Houston. The National League's back in it. They trail 7-4.
Sport is sport. A foul's a foul. A dunk's a dunk. 10 feet on the west side is 10 feet on the east side. An out's an out. No doubt about that. And a bat's a win. A loss is a loss. But no matter what, you better come with it or don't come at all. Because it's 90 feet to first, no matter where home is.
The movie that's become an event. A landmark. Enthralling. Funny. Passionate. A must-see. Fahrenheit 9/11, rated R, now playing.
Tom, look at me. Are we ever going to get married?
Thank you.
Well, you've never said that to me before.
I mean it. Thank you.
Amazing what a simple thank you can do. Introducing Thank You from Citi, a new kind of rewards program. Easy to earn, easy to redeem. That's a card you can count on.
This bolt is 4.5 inches long, made from hardened alloy steel. 6 of them connect the cargo box of the Ford F-150 to its frame. Why do we do this when others don't? Because we're building the strongest pickup. You can be sure of that. We are. Only one truck earned the right to be the next Ford F-150.
14 seconds.
What?
14 seconds, that's all they need.
they?
Hacker's friend. They get in, they intercept data, customer records, your mother's maiden name, they're everywhere.
But this has a security chip that encrypts all that.
Chips can be removed.
You remove it, it kind of self-destructs.
Self-destructs. You work for us?
Who's us?
Never mind.
The most secure wireless, only on a ThinkPad with Intel Centrino mobile technology.
The 2004 All-Star Game on Fox is brought to you by the next Ford F-150 2004 Motor Trend Truck of the Year and by Gatorade. It's in the MLB All-Star Game. Is it in you?
The new hurler is Carl Pavano. He will throw to a new catcher, Johnny Estrada, representing the Atlanta Braves. What a good first half he has had. Moises Alou is in the game in left. Carlos Beltran, who pinch hit successfully, stays in the game in center. Miguel Cabrera is out in right. Pavano takes over. Derek Jeter first up. Soriano, and then a pinch hitter will follow.
Runs well for an announcer. How'd you get up here that quickly? My
Magic
gosh.
Of the 5-year-old stadium elevators here in Houston. On 0-1.
The warm scene that was with Roger Clemens. Great job on the field. Roger imploring the crowd to try to get behind the National League here.
It's been a rather quiet crowd here at the beginning.
It's what usually happens when the visitors score 6 in the first.
On 0-2. Jeter reaches out, pokes it. Pujols went too far and safe at first. Pujols ranging far to his right. He'll now talk with Jeff Kent, who was behind him as he picked it up. And instead of going to the bag, it was a race between Pavano and Jeter won it. Let's listen to it.
Second baseman often will call a first baseman off a ball like this, but because they're not teammates, a little miscommunication on the right side of the infield.
Jeter's 3 for 3. That's a base hit, an infield hit for Derek. It was the MVP of the 2000 All-Star Game and the MVP of the 2000 World Series when the Yankees beat the Mets 4-1. Here comes an 0-1 pitch. Soriano. 0-2. How valuable was Carl Pavano last October to Jack McKeon and the Marlins? He did everything for him. And really it was that feel with their pitching staff, Beckett coming out of the bullpen in the NLCS to help get them to the World Series. Give him an opportunity to be the MVP as Soriano strikes out. And Alfonso's teammate, Michael Young, will come to the plate to pinch hit. 1 on, 1 out. There are the numbers for Michael Young. And how many bets could you win? You went around and asked who leads the major leagues in hits. The answer is the guy who played ball 1. In fact, there are a lot of guys in tonight's game that would pop up and surprise you as to where they rank across the National League and the American League. What they've done in the first half.
Well, Michael Young is such a poignant figure in Texas because of who left. And the person that left was playing third base tonight, or was, for the American League. That's Alex Rodriguez.
Pavano misses outside. And the count goes to 2-1. Pavano was part of the package to get Pedro Martinez for the Boston Red Sox. But he is coming into his own as a 2-1 pitch is chopped off the plate to Kent. Might be. Renteria can't make the exchange.
Oh, that's another miscommunication because guys have not played together. I think normally Jeff Kent would take this ball or take the bag himself. He's actually too close for the flip. And I'm not too sure that Renteria had control of the ball. Jeter slides short of second base. They get the lead runner, but that's a ball that normally Jeff Kent, I think, would take himself.
Well, here is Ichiro for his 4th at bat of the night with Rodriguez on deck. Here is our Burger King trivia question. What manager has won the most All-Star games? Torre has won 4.
4-0-1, the tie 2 years ago in Milwaukee.
Here's an 0-1.
I'd have to say Casey Stengel would be a good guess because all of the pennants and World Series, he had more opportunities.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on, 2 out. Ichiro slaps at it foul. Ichiro has doubled and scored, grounded out twice. And he pokes it the other way for Rowland. The short way, and Kent just beats Young to the bag. The inning is over. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning here in Houston. The NL coming up again. They trail by 3.
Hey, man. Hey. Whoa! My spidey sense tells me that you have just won a new TV. Plasma! Yeah, but that was my sister's. Does she have a warranty?
Play the Burger King Spidey Sense game. Win Sony Electronics, a family of Saturns, even $1 million. Drop in and play. Every game piece can win.
The itching and burning of athlete's foot. This is the latest way to get rid of it. This isn't. Lotrimin Ultra, the latest prescription strength medicine available without a prescription. So powerful, 1 use a day is all you need. Lotrimin Ultra.
Do you have the right truck? The best-selling half-ton regular and extended cab is now available as a crew cab. It's got more standard horsepower, more torque, and more towing capacity than Ford or Dodge half-ton crews. Introducing the new Silverado half-ton crew. It's the right truck from Chevy.
Cubs World Series tickets.
$20.
I give up my life savings. $1,000.
My cat.
My condo. My car. My mom. My 401k.
My brother. My sister.
I have 2 kidneys. I would give you up.
Seeing the Cubs in the World Series?
Oh man, it's priceless.
There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Accepted wherever there's hope.
Fox tomorrow, come for the humor. Stay for the mass hysteria when Will Smith hosts iRobot Night and brings you a sneak preview of the blockbuster iRobot. We're blowing a lot of stuff up. Let the sparks fly! It all begins with that 70s show, followed by quintuplets.
It's like looking in a mirror.
The Simple Life 2.
Everyone, pull your pants down and start howling like a monkey.
Method in Red with guest star Carmen Electra.
Hi, guys.
And iRobot.
Gotcha.
It all starts at 8, 7 Central tomorrow on Fox.
Number of changes as we go into the bottom of the 5th inning, and that starts with a new pitcher from the Yankees, Javier Vasquez. Michael Young stays in the game. He's playing short. And Matt Lawton from the Cleveland Indians is in center field. So that means that Ichiro is finished for the night. If Joe Torre wanted, he could use a double switch and bat the pitcher in the number 1 spot. As we will have a pinch hitter here for Scott Rowland. Mike Lowell will come off the bench to start the bottom of the 5th inning for the National League. Tommy Glavine is getting loose for the NL out in their pen. And Glavine and the Mets will look ahead to this weekend for their matchup against the first place Phillies at Shea Stadium.
That's where we will be this Saturday. Mets Phils. Tommy Glavine could be the starting pitcher depending on how many pitches he throws tonight.
Tommy, third in the National League in earned run average.
Lowell hacks at the first pitch, strike one. Mike Lowell batting in place of Rowland, who was on base twice, hit by a pitch and single. There are the games this weekend. Lowell, strike two. It's Fox Saturday Baseball. It all starts with This Week in Baseball at 12:30 Eastern and Pacific. An 0-2 from Vasquez. Javier's not a big guy, but he gives Joe Torre a ton of innings, as he did before the Montreal Expos prior to the deal they made, which included Nick Johnson going to Canada. 2-2.
Some pitchers you talk about being overpowering, like Randy Johnson, Roger Clemens, of course. But Vasquez, you talk about him with crisp stuff, crisp breaking ball, like that. That's a curveball, not quite the 12-6 variety. Think of a clock, the breaking ball going from the 12 to the 6, trying to make it easier on Scooter.
On 2-2. Lowell strikes out. And as Lowell walks back, we will hear for the second time from Scooter.
This is Scooter. You know, a sweeping curveball can save my gorgeous face from getting smacked. I scoop from one side of the plate to the other and drop down at the same time. So remember, a sweeping curveball sweeps right over home plate.
One out as Vasquez got the strikeout of Lowell, and now for the first time it's Miguel Cabrera. Another first pitch hacker. What range by Young. What a play. 2 out. And a guy who went to shortstop while Soriano joined the Rangers and took over second base made a heck of a play.
Yeah, he played a lot of second base in the minor leagues, but shows great range to his left, gloving it, the pivot, and a nice play.
So Cabrera's robbed, and now Johnny switch hitting Ponch Estrada comes to the plate.
Chips.
The young catcher with the Atlanta Braves, who was sent to Atlanta from Philadelphia in the Millwood deal, has been phenomenal this season with runners in scoring position, hitting .451. Ted Lilly, the lefty, getting loose for the American League, and Estrada rounds it foul at 2-2. Chip off the old block. That music takes you back, doesn't it? Johnny Estrada, Eric Estrada, nickname Ponch for both. Profession, catching thieves, catching base thieves. And Johnny was 1 year old when Chips debuted. Breaking ball gets Johnny Estrada to end the inning. Caught speed, just standing there watching. Smiling faces, some of the best in the game. Here tonight, 7-4 AL after 5.
Fly ball to deep right field. Rounding first, going for second, going back to the wall. He's going to test his arm. Here's the throw.
Oh, you must be having a boy. What do you do, huh?
I'm not pregnant.
You're not?
No. Why?
Thank you?
Me?
Yes, thank you.
Girl, come on.
Amazing what a simple thank you can do. Introducing Thank You from Citi, a new kind of rewards program. Easy to earn, easy to redeem. That's a card you can count on.
Inside that microphone is something familiar, a battery. And while you might think all batteries are the same, consider this. When Bon Jovi puts on a show, the battery that powers their microphones is always a Duracell. So whether you've got 50,000 screaming fans Or you're working a slightly smaller room. It just has to work. Duracell, trusted everywhere.
Ebert and Roper give Anchorman 2 thumbs up.
And they're never wrong.
Side-splitting, gut-busting laughs. Hi-oh! The movie you'll be quoting for the rest of the summer.
I love scotch.
Will Ferrell, Anchorman, rated PG-13. Now playing.
See, kids, this is key. Everyone got their mean faces? All right, now, Steph, and kick your leg up real high. That's awesome. That's perfect. That's it right there. Oh, no. You want to go again?
Boys and Girls Clubs of America is the official charity of Major League Baseball.
Oh, that's scary.
Together, they create a positive place for kids. Here is the next character in our Pepsi Play for $1 billion giveaway. EZH. Couple of defensive changes for the National League. Jim Thome takes over at first base. He'll bat in the number 2 spot. And Jack Wilson is now the shortstop from the Pittsburgh Pirates. He takes over for Renteria. Mike Lowell stays in the game after pinch hitting. He's at third base. Ivan Rodriguez for his 4th at bat. And he pops it up into shallow right for Cabrera. And there's one down. We go down to Kevin Kennedy with Derek Jeter.
Thanks, Joe. Derek, you know, you're 7 for 10 in All-Star games. We know you got the most hits in postseason history. What is it? You get up for the best of the best?
I don't know. It's a lot of good fortune. You know, I'm up there swinging early in the count, especially when you're facing guys like Rocket, Randy Johnson.
Yeah, but you hustled down the line pretty well. But I want to ask you this. You had a tough first couple of months this season, but I talked to Sheffield Gary before the game. He said, you know what? I was so impressed with you. You never threw a helmet. You never knew if you were hitting 300 or 150. How do you maintain that kind of focus for young people out there listening to this?
Well, the bottom line is it's a long season. You know, it's not over after the first month and a half or 2 months. You know, you got a long way to go. We still got a long way to go. So I just try to keep things in perspective, take it day to day.
A little bittersweet for Roger tonight?
I think so, but I mean, he deserved it. He deserved to be out here. He got a nice ovation, and you know, I have the utmost respect for Roger Clemens.
Thanks, Derek. Good luck in the second half. Appreciate it. Joe?
All right, Kevin, thanks. We're in the 6th inning, a 7-4 American League lead. They got 6 runs in the first inning, and the NL's been playing catch-up all night. Pavano, his 2nd inning of work. Vladimir Guerrero hits a line drive into left center field, and Beltran will cut it off, 1 on, 1 out.
First hit of the night for Guerrero. Follow up on what Kevin and Derek were talking about. When Derek Jeter got up on May 26th, the morning of May 26th, I don't think he thought he was going to be in the All-Star game here in Houston. He was batting 189 in late May. Since then, over 200 points higher to get him in the game. What a money player he is.
It's his 2nd one in the big leagues. Derek Jeter was Rookie of the Year in '96, and that's the same year that the Yankees started this tremendous run under Joe Torre, winning that year, beating the Atlanta Braves. That pitch missed. Ortiz checked it. It's 1 ball, 1 strike.
That was Joe Torre's rookie year with the Yankees.
Captain comeback through May 26th, and since Joe Torre told us he never thought he would be able to say that Jeter is going to hit 20 home runs in a season again. He is pounding the ball. Strike 2 on Ortiz. But you talk about Jeter, and the numbers are great. The stats are all there. But it's the intangibles that this guy brings that sets him apart from the rest. Plays he has made, even a play earlier this year against the Boston Red Sox. Extra innings, making a catch and diving into the seats in a game that the Yankees eventually came back to win. Counts 1-2 on David Ortiz. The 2001 play in the division series to get Jeremy Giambi at the plate. Division Series Game 5, and then July 1st, there's the catch and into the seats. Runner Guerrero is going, and Ortiz with 2 strikes is jammed and fouls it out of play. Starting to run through the benches. There was the result of that catch on July 1st. Ortiz takes ball 2. Carl Pavano with action behind him in the National League bullpen. They had Glavine up earlier, and now it's a right-hander getting loose. The 2-2. Another foul. There's Ben Sheets, with Glavine now standing and watching. Tonight's Burger King trivia question: Joe Torre has won 4 games as an All-Star manager. What manager won the most? Walter Alston, manager of the Brooklyn and Los Angeles Dodgers, managed 7 winning All-Star teams. Here's the 2-2. Ortiz gets into one to deep right field, way back and out of here. A monster blast by Ortiz as the AL plays keep away. It's 9-4. State again what you said earlier about David Ortiz and what he means to the Boston Red Sox.
His best friend is Manny Ramirez, who hung around to greet his buddy. So both have 2-run home runs tonight. Ramirez and now David Ortiz. This ball is cranked. Full extension.
Now a first pitch strike to Blaylock, last year's hero for the American League, with a home run off Gagne. 1 out, nobody on, and there is ball 2 from Pavano. Ortiz knew it. Blaylock hit that home run last year in the 8th inning. And that was, Tim, right in the midst of Gagne in the streak, which ended earlier this season. 84 consecutive saves without blowing one.
Got a fastball at Comiskey Park in Chicago and won it for the American League.
It's a 2-hopper to Blaylock. Joe Torre after the home run in the AL dugout.
Just do what you do to us, that's all. It's only fair.
He has been a big part of the Red Sox success last year and this. He has feasted on Yankee pitching. Swing and a miss by Carl Crawford. Could have been an option quarterback in Nebraska. Could have played college basketball at UCLA. He chose baseball. The Devil Rays are happy he did. The second hop, Kent gets it. The inning is over, but not before another blast. The American League has hit 3 tonight. Ramirez, Soriano, and now Ortiz. 9-4 AL.
This just in a nationwide taste test, the majority of Bud Light drinkers said Miller Lite has more taste than Bud Light. For details, go to www.sweetmotherofrothygoodness.com. More taste, and still half the carbs of Bud Light. Miller Lite, good call.
The results are in. In a nationwide taste test, the majority of Budweiser drinkers said Miller Genuine Draft has more flavor than Budweiser. And Miller Genuine Draft is cold filtered 4 times for smoothness. More flavor and smooth? This calls for a beer. Good call.
Something happened to us on that mission.
Somebody got into our heads. The movie event of the summer.
This is rich people funding bad science to put a sleeper in the White House.
He's coming. I got the proof. We can take them out. The Manchurian Candidate. Rated R. Starts Friday, July 30th.
Ready to take it for a spin?
Sure, let's do it.
Excited?
I'm excited.
Tomato red?
Tornado red. The Touareg. Let's go.
Right now, for a limited time, Volkswagen is having its summer sales drive. This means great deals on a Jetta, Passat, any Volkswagen you like. It also means we're working hard. Really, really hard. Now available with a $399 a month lease. The Touareg. Come drive it. You'll get it.
When I sleep, I dream. I don't want to dream.
From the director of The Silence of the Lambs.
Somebody got into our heads. We're going to stop this and take them out.
The Manchurian Candidate, rated R, Friday, July 30th.
It is their life. It's their livelihood. It might be classified as a small business, but it's certainly not a small business to the person who owns that business. We let small business owners do what they do best, which is run their business. And we do what we do best, which is to come in and give them advice and counsel on their financial affairs. That's probably the best part of what we do, is to be able to see companies start very small and then grow and to come into much larger companies. I am Rod Banks, and I'm a banker, and I'm proud to be part of Bank of America. We believe in small business. We've invested in small business. Today, we bank nearly 1 in 5 small businesses, and that's a powerful statement for us, is that over 2 million small businesses in the United States bank with Bank of America. It's their business, and if we're good, it is paving the way for the next generation to come.
Bank of America, higher standards.
The 2004 All-Star Game on Fox is brought to you by Bank of America, Higher Standards, by IBM, making on-demand business a reality for companies around the world, and by Singular, the wireless company that fits you best.
Away we go with all of the changes. Lilly takes over on the mound, but he will throw to a new catcher, Victor Martinez. Ronnie Belliard from the Indians is in the game at second base. That's Blaylock at third base, pinch hit for Alex Rodriguez. Moises Alou floats one into right field. That's going to get down for a hit. And Alou will hold it first with a leadoff single. Gary Sheffield is the one who picked that up in right field. He takes over for Vladimir Guerrero. And it is Ted Lilly on the mound. And I don't know how a manager can keep all of this stuff straight, but somehow, thanks to all this practice, Joe Torre can figure out who's supposed to go where. How do you do it down in the dugout?
I make sure I write it down.
Oh.
What I try to do with this National League stuff is, even if you're making changes, you try to insert guys so they get at bats. Like I have Sheffield hitting 8th, so he'll hit second next inning, just to try to get some at bats. I know I'm going to have to leave somebody out, but you know, I'm going to try to get the most at bats I can for these guys.
Joe, your lineup card probably looks like my scorecard right now.
No, you can only relate to this, Timmy. It looks like my attaché case. And my wife couldn't relate to that, too.
Hey, you were in the dugout, and we eavesdropped on you a couple of times listening into your reaction as Loretta's trying to dump one in. That's going to get down for a hit. Alou will hold, and it's 2 on with nobody out. And Joe, now the National League won't go away. We listened to you, Joe, react to the 2 home runs in the first inning. As I said out on the field, it's got to be bittersweet. You know Roger Clemens certainly better than I do. It's got to really eat at him that he had the kind of first inning that he had here tonight.
Well, you don't see that very often. I'm sure he had some jitters in him, but the fact that you know, we come out shooting, you know, I was real pleased about it.
Your success in All-Star games is remarkable.
Well, it's, you know, 2 out and 2 men on and nobody out. I'm a little frightened right here. But what's interesting, Ted Lilly, that's Ted Lilly. I mean, he has late movement on his ball, and every time you think you're hitting it on the good part of the bat, you'll either get jammed or hit it on the end, and you know, 2 soft singles, but he's in trouble.
1 ball, no strikes on Beltran, who pinch hit in the 4th inning and got a base hit, scored a run. With 2 on, nobody out, there's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. What do you foresee happening with your pitching staff the rest of the way? Do you have a handle on that yet?
Well, my man Mel is right here next to me. If I lose him, I lose track of everything. But in the next couple innings, hopefully we have our 3 relief pitchers that'll pitch the next 2 innings.
Joe, thanks for your time and good luck the rest of the way tonight.
All right, guys.
Joe Torre, who is looking out at a 2 on, nobody out situation. 2 balls and a strike on Carlos Beltran. And Beltran pops it up, straight up. The shortstop, Michael Young, with the infield fly rule in effect, pulls it in, 1 out. So 2 on, 1 out, back to the top of the order, and now that means Jack Wilson batting for the first time, a spot once held by Renteria. This guy hit .246, Tim, last year. Now he's hit .332.
His wife used to take video pictures of Jack in the minor leagues, and he went back to those video pictures this spring. Said, I'm moving my feet too much, I'm moving my hands too much, I need to relax more, and boy, has it ever paid dividends.
Sean Casey, who is not in this game and on the disabled list, hoping to come back right after the break for the Reds, taking it all in. And Wilson gets into one to left center field. Over to get it to his left is Crawford, 2 on, 1 out. You could win a lot of bets if you ask these questions. As Wilson heads back to the dugout. Who leads the National League in hits at the break? Jack Wilson. Who leads Major League catchers in RBI? Victor Martinez, who's in the game now for the AL. Who leads the Major Leagues in steals? Carl Crawford. How about the Major Leagues in hits? Michael Young. And who's hitting 39 points over his career average? Ken Harvey. Here's Jim Thome. Anything but invisible. Ball up and in. Thome now with 2 on and 2 out. Batting for the first time and leading the major leagues with his 28 home runs. That misses. It's 2-0.
A lot has been made about major leaguers and the money that they make, what have you. Jim Thome signed a huge contract with the Philadelphia Phillies, and in it had the college educations of all nieces and nephews paid for. 10 of them.
Thome heading that list of home run hitters, and that last graphic brought to you by Gillette Mach 3, and that's for anybody who knows Jim Thome. They're not surprised that he's thinking of others as he was signing that multi-million-dollar deal with the Phillies. He comes up empty as he swings a little late, and the count's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Would you consider Ted Lilly sneaky fast?
Yes, I think Joe Torre alluded to that. I'll tell you who thinks Jim Thome is sneaky fast. Ron Belliard, the second baseman, who's playing shallow right.
That's a foul ball. I just looked up. It's like we're playing softball here in Houston. Ronnie Belliard, the second baseman, is way back into the outfield grass.
It's like a short outfielder in softball. That's right, the 10th man.
2 on, 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes on Thome. Thome is gone, and so is the National League in the 6th. We go to the 7th inning. Ted Lilly with a scoreless frame. Bottom part of the order coming up for the AL. Back to Houston after this from your local station.
Four pennies thick, a quarter-inch away, Northeast Ohio was this close to a nuclear meltdown.
The accident would have been much worse than 3 Mile and not as bad as Chernobyl.
A shocking I-Team investigation tomorrow. Fox 8 News at 10.
You know your kid is online. But do you have any idea what on earth that young man is up to? Just add AOL for broadband on top of your basic high-speed internet connection and get a whole lot more from your online experience. Parental controls like AOL Guardian put you more in control of what your kids see and do online.
And this was the home of the Wild Willie Mammoth.
So high-speed parents, meet AOL for broadband.
There's a lot to be excited about in the all-new rooms at Red Roof Inn. There's a big new workstation with plenty of space and lots of light. There's a microwave and a fridge, always a plus. There's a big new TV. It's got premium cable, movies, and video games. We even updated the bathrooms with granite countertops and more. And when we say all new, we're not fooling around. Now renovating in Cleveland. Book an all-new room at redroof.com or 1-800-RED-ROOF. Red Roof Inn and Accor Hotel.
last of the 04s have arrived. It's Chevy's model year-end event. Now get $4,000 cash back on select 2004 Chevy Silverado models. See your Chevy Network dealers today, official vehicle of the Cleveland Browns.
Life comes at you fast. Be ready with Nationwide. Investments, retirement, insurance.
Nationwide is on your side.
Providing aerial coverage for tonight's broadcast, the AmeriQuest Airship Freedom, AmeriQuest Mortgage Company, the official mortgage company of Major League Baseball. Thank them for joining us here in Houston. It's been a fun few days here in Houston, Texas. The host of this 75th Major League Baseball All-Star Game, Mark Loretta of the Padres, is in the game at second base. Taking over on the mound is Tom Glavine.
Very deceptive 7-7 record, third in the National League in earned run average, and a totally different pitcher than any pitcher you've seen before, Tommy, tonight.
Matt Lawton takes the ball, and we're underway in the 7th inning, 9-4 the AL on top.
Of all the pitchers on both teams tonight, Tommy Glavine, pinpoint control.
Loretta, no chance. Base hit. A chopper up the middle, and this spot in the order for the AL, 4 for 4. Our Pepsi Edge fan cam. Music from the fantastic documentary When We Were Kings. As the roof opens here in Houston. 1 on, nobody out, and Gary Sheffield, you heard Joe Torre say, he moved Sheffield into the number 8 spot to try to get him an early at bat. And he does so here in the 7th with 1 on, nobody out. He has been bothered by an aching left shoulder most of the year. 2-0 from Glavine.
That was a documentary about George Foreman and Ali and Zaire, right?
Yep. It is a fantastic watch. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 on, nobody out. Double play ball to short. Wilson, Loretta, 2-0. So Sheffield is gone, and so is Lawton erased in this 6-4-3 double play.
Nicely turned by Jack Wilson and Mark Loretta.
Michael Young, 0 for 1. The bench is starting to dwindle for Joe Torre. He has Tejada left. He has Carlos Guillen and Hideki Matsui. Shattered bat. 1 ball, 1 strike on Young. Sounded like he broke his bat.
That's what happens a lot of times against Tommy Glavine, because Tom uses not only the outside corner, but that tailing fastball. Joe Torre was talking about Ted Lilly and how he has late movement. Similar to Glavine, not as hard a thrower, but that tight fastball and changeup, very difficult when you haven't seen him.
Go back and listen.
Kind of like balsa wood.
But he's still using it. Though it, I guess, is still in one piece. That just missed inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The National League in the bottom of the 7th will have the middle part of the order. The 2-2 off the end of the bat. Jack McKeon has 3 left on his bench. Loduca, Abreu, and Pelton. A couple of former teammates, Scott Rowland and Bobby Abreu talking as that just missed. And Glavine not getting the corners. It's a 3-ball, 2-strike count. With the bases empty, a 3-2. To the first baseman, Tony. A lot of spin on it. To the bag. And we are through the top of the 7th. We will stay here with the AL leading 9-4. Here comes Ruben Studdard, second season American Idol winner, to sing for us here tonight in Houston.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean, wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Bottom of the 7th inning coming up from Houston. The 75th Major League Baseball All-Star Game. Middle of the order coming up for the National League. They need to get to work, trailing by 5.
The conditions at today's venue are perfect. Not too hot, not too cold.
Henry scores some points early with the hand wash.
Good move avoiding the pants there. No surprises in this routine.
Wait a minute. Booyah! What a finish! This moment deserves a Pepsi Edge.
Reward yourself with new Pepsi Edge. It has full-on flavor, but 50% less sugar and carbs. So feel free to celebrate any little achievement.
Years of conditioning really paid off there.
I really wanted to switch to singular rollover so I could keep my minutes and not get slammed with overages. But I didn't want to lose my number. It's famous. Finally, I can keep my minutes and my number.
There's no better value in wireless than rollover, and there's only one company who has it. So bring your number to singular.
I call it my plan.
The only company with rollover. Another reason singular fits you best.
Thinking about refinancing your home? Call AmeriQuest now. You'll get your own personal loan specialist.
Whenever you call me, I'll be there.
Someone who knows you are more than your credit score. Who can help you pay off your high-interest credit cards and lower your monthly payments. We even do the paperwork. Call 1-800-AmeriQuest now or go to AmeriQuest.com. AmeriQuest, the company that knows you are more.
Hey, man. Hey.
Whoa! My spidey sense tells me that you have just won a new TV. Plasma!
Yeah, but that was my sister's. She have a warranty?
Play the Burger King Spidey Sense game. Win Sony Electronics, a family of Saturns, even $1 million. Drop in and play. Every game piece can win.
The 2004 All-Star Game on Fox is brought to you by Pepsi Edge, the new full-flavor cola with 50% less sugar and carbs. By Burger King, who remind you to have it your way. And by AmeriQuest Mortgage, the company that knows you are more.
That's what happened last year in the 8th inning. A 2-run home run. Blaylock off the bench. A couple of changes for the American League. Miguel Tejada takes over at shortstop from the Baltimore Orioles, and on the mound is Joe Nathan, who has come out of nowhere to take over as the closer for the Minnesota Twins. We have a pretty good closer waiting to talk to us here in just a moment, as Bobby Abreu leads off and pinch hits for Glavine, who went 1 scoreless inning with a hit. Bobby Abreu, voted in by the fans, took that last spot as he slaps at it, fouls it back to the screen. No balls, 2 strikes. Eric Gagne is in the bullpen, ready to talk. We had to show the highlight, Eric, of last year, and you know, you ought to be congratulated, and I'm sure you have been a million times, for what happened before that and after that. But talk about last year in the All-Star game in Chicago.
Yeah, how about that? You know how many times I heard that name in a year? That's amazing. So, you know, it's, you know, the 84 save was real special, that streak. But, you know, I got to redeem myself this year in the All-Star game. I think I got like a 48 ER, so I got to go out and shut him down once in a while.
How often, Eric, did you play baseball growing up in Montreal? I mean, there are a lot of short summers up there, right?
We didn't play that much baseball. I mean, maybe 2 months a year at the most. Maybe 3 if we're lucky, playing inside a little bit. But until I was 18 or 19 years old, I didn't really play that much baseball. And when I signed with the Dodgers, that's when I started playing full time. You know, about 6 months a year, 6-7 months a year. But before that, we don't really play that much baseball in Canada, because we don't have any sports in school. So that's a little different.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Abreu, leading it off in pinch hitting. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. You mentioned the streak. Some say that's a streak that will never be broken. What do you think about that?
I don't know. Hopefully it will be broken, because it's really good for baseball, and that's what it's all about. Records are meant to be broken, and hopefully I can break it. I like to break it myself, but I don't know. It's just a lot of people keep talking about where it ranks, you know, all the streaks. I think it's a great streak. It was fun to be a part of it, and hopefully I can break it.
Take it easy, man. Give yourself a break, for God's sake. You're doing it night in and night out. What more do you want?
Just another one. Another streak like that would be nice.
These are some of the streaks that have happened over the years in baseball. I want to ask one more question, Eric, and we'll wait for this 2-2 pitch to Abreu, leading it off in the 7th inning. National League down by 5. And Nathan gets it by the bat of Abreu, 1 out. I know you have a ton of respect for the guy who anchors the bullpen on the other side, and the difference between you and him, opportunities in the postseason, and there's been nobody better than the guy who's kicked back right now, Mariano Rivera.
He got that right. He's the best ever. For me, you know, he's my idol. I mean, I've seen him pitch for a long time, and he's been doing it forever, so I have so much respect for him. He paved the way for us, too. I mean, I'm out here, you know, I've been doing this for 3 years. That's great. I've had success for 3 years, but he's been doing this for 12 years, so can't tip your hat, because it's a tough job.
Hey, Eric, you're a good man for joining us. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it, Eric.
That's Eric Gagne, who hopes to get a chance to close a game for the National League here tonight, but the NL has to get to work. Down by 5 in the 7th. 1 out, nobody on, no balls, 1 strike on Lowell, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Nathan throwing hard. 96. 1 ball, 1 strike. With 1 out, Lowell late with that swing. Another 96-mile-an-hour pitch. Hey, fans, as we look at this foul out of play off to the right by Lowell, we'll wait for a 1 ball, 2 strike pitch from Joe Nathan. Lowell, another foul. You can call 888-MLB-SHOP or visit MLB.com to get your official 2004 All-Star Game batting practice jersey.
Joe, we talked about the other races tonight. That American League Central, the Chicago White Sox only a half a game in front of the Minnesota Twins. Should be and has been a terrific race.
Chicago White Sox adding Freddie Garcia. The Seattle Mariners are surprised how they have struggled this season.
I think one of the things about the White Sox, they added a great manager who is so animated, Ozzie Guillen. about a guy with the respect to the players. He's got the perfect touch. Levity at the right time. And he's firm. And he was a great player.
There's nobody who's a bigger fan of what Ozzie Guillen is doing on the south side of Chicago than former White Sox manager Tony La Russa, who thinks he is a guy who appreciates the history of that franchise and is the right guy to get him back to the postseason. As Lowell pops it up into shallow right. Gary Sheffield, a little bobble and a All-Star Game snow cone. Took every inch of that outfielder's glove. Our game summary brought to you by Nissan. You see the 6th spot in the first inning for the American League, a couple of home runs. One by Manny Ramirez, a 3-run shot by Soriano. Clemens, a rocky first inning. American League hit for the cycle in that inning. And if you haven't been paying attention over the last 7 years, the American League has a 7-game unbeaten streak, and we have to talk hockey terms because of that tie in Milwaukee. With 1 ball, no strikes, here is Miguel Cabrera with 2 out, nobody on.
Also because we just had Eric Gagne on.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, Eric, a terrific hockey player in high school. He's in the right sport now.
For a while, wasn't going to be a Dodger any longer. They were shopping him when he was a starting pitcher who was struggling. They turned him into a closer, and I'd say they made the right move. They've got such a good combination in Los Angeles. If they can add a hitter, they are going to be tough to beat, especially in the late innings when you've got Dreifert, Moda setting up Eric Gagne. That's about as good as it gets.
Dodgers currently a half a game in front of the Giants, and San Diego 2 back in the National League West.
Really throughout baseball, you've got a lot of teams over the 500 mark. You've got a lot of tight races that are deep. 2 7-game leads, one by the Yankees, one by the Cardinals, and that's it. Everything else is tight. Should be a fun second half as Cabrera strikes out, and Nathan, on a night of all-stars, comes in and shows everybody that in Minnesota they have a good closer. We go to the 8th inning. It's still 9-4 American League.
Was it like 5 O's or 2 U's?
If you've ever been picked on,
they're having the good old American names like Dave, you know? Harold.
Put down.
Have you seen a Korean guy around here?
Yeah, only when I open my eyes, though.
Go, go, go!
And misunderstood.
I'm telling you, those guys love crunching numbers. Probably just made his weekend.
Then we have a movie for you on July 23rd at a special sneak preview. See what all the buzz is about.
Well, what are you in here for?
For being black.
And I have 2 gay fathers.
Harold and Kumar go to White Castle. Rated R. Sneak preview July 23rd.
Time is running out to get a John Deere and pay nothing until July 2005. That's 0 money down, 0% interest, and 0 payments until July 2005. So why wait? Hurry into your local John Deere dealer today.
Got athlete's foot? Think fast. Lamisil AT cures athlete's foot with just 1 week's use. If you use Tinactin or Lotrimin AF, you'll be treating for 4 long weeks. But 1 week with Lamisil AT keeps you athlete's foot free for 3 months. There's no better way to cure athlete's foot.
That's a $1 bill from our first sale. And that's a note from our first client just wishing us luck.
What's this?
That's our first temper tantrum. We needed to ship a package and the UPS store was closed. Steve lost it. But now we go to FedEx Kinko's because they're open late. A lot of them are open 24/7. That's Steve.
The new FedEx Kinko's. Make it, print it, pack it, ship it. Our office is your office.
The results are in. In a nationwide taste test, the majority of Budweiser drinkers said Miller Genuine Draft has more flavor than Budweiser. And Miller Genuine Draft is cold filtered 4 times for smoothness. More flavor and smooth? This calls for a beer. Good call.
They say you can't choose your family, but what if Fox did it for you?
They're going to be saying, Dad, you brought the wrong color home.
Next Tuesday, we're taking 10 very different families, then switching moms or trading dads.
How many kids do we have?
Be there when complete strangers take over totally new households.
Things are going to have to change.
And the switch hits the fan.
I can't handle rap music, guys. It gives me a headache.
Trading Spouses. Meet your new mommy. Premieres 1 week from tonight on Fox.
Ben Sheets, who has put up one solid year after another with a team that has struggled up to this season. And this year it's different with the Brewers over the 500 mark. He has the Major League's best ERA. Takes over. First pitch, a foul, now a strike to Ronnie Belliard. We're underway in the 8th inning. Belliard, then Victor Martinez. 0-2. Bank of America Higher Standards All-Star moment 33 years ago today at Tiger Stadium in Detroit. Reggie Jackson hit that tremendous home run that hit the light transformer atop the second deck in right center field. Happened in the 3rd inning off Doc Ellis and was part of the American League 6-4 win. Belliard strikes out. We will be in Detroit next year for the 76th Major League Baseball All-Star game.
Like a slider in the dirt out of the strike zone. Ben Sheets had never had a 10-plus strikeout year until this year, and he's had 5. Career high with 18 strikeouts. We mentioned it earlier against the Atlanta Braves on May 16th.
97 miles per hour from Ben Sheets. Young Victor Martinez, the catcher for the Cleveland Indians. Victor Martinez is a switch hitting catcher. He's hitting in front of a switch hitting catcher. Johnny Estrada is the same for the Atlanta Braves. And can't find 2 better setup men than those 2. Frankie Rodriguez and Flash Gordon getting loose for the AL. Martinez grounds out, 2 down. So Victor Martinez, who is making a name for himself this season, is the 2nd out. Fans at home are currently voting among these outstanding plays from tonight's game to select the singular play of the game. Soriano's home run in the 1st, Pujols double in the 4th, David Ortiz last in the 6th. With 2 out, nobody on, here's Tejada for his first at bat. Take a rip. Here's a guy who put up big numbers playing in a bigger ballpark out in Oakland. Now he's playing for the Baltimore Orioles. He could put together some monster home run seasons playing Camden Yards. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Signed by the Oakland Athletics when he was 16 years old. Woo. Get down, Miguel.
2-1. Just diving into the plate as he's getting ready to swing, and he had to head back the other way. 3-1. Two out, nobody on. Tejada slashes it foul down the right side. Only one Pepsi character to go. EZH9. Play for $1 billion. Tejada grounds to 2nd. Loretta throws out Tejada, and we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The National League will have Estrada, Alou, Loretta coming up. They trail it by 5.
We have so many stories in the archives. If you know what's worked in the past, there's no question about what you should be doing in the present and in the future. Every time new technology has emerged, the result of it has been to make banking easier for you and me. And we built the first computer used in banking. But before we could do that, we had to have a machine-readable numbering system. So we invented those little numbers. Because we had all of that in place, we could launch the first nationally accepted credit card, which changed the nature of money for people. I'm Kathleen Collins, and I'm the corporate archivist for Bank of America. Our Texas banks were the very first who developed financial products that could enable oil exploration. We had a hand in building the first bridge across the Mississippi River, even in the building of the Golden Gate Bridge. Other bankers said it was financial suicide. We wouldn't have this bridge if it weren't for the bank. It's a very noble history, and I'm proud to be part of Bank of America.
Bank of America. Higher standards. Get in line. And pass the popcorn. This is undoubtedly the most fun you'll have at theaters this season. Don't miss the adventure that USA Today gives 4 stars.
Go get him, Tiger.
Rated PG-13.
Will my car be ready this afternoon like you promised?
Yes.
Will you try to sell me something I really don't need?
No.
Come to Midas for great value and service every day. Lifetime guaranteed brake pads or shoes are just $89.95 installed. Guaranteed for as long as you own your car.
Trust the Midas touch.
The forecast calls for fog, low visibility, shifting winds, changing patterns, sudden storms. How can you be ready for what you can't see? On-demand business from IBM.
The 2004 All-Star Game on Fox is brought to you by FedEx Kinko's, your one-stop for copying, printing, and shipping. By Taco Bell, home of the new Big Bell value menu. And by Miller. Vote Miller for President of Beers. Good call.
A 9-4 American League lead. They've hit 3 home runs tonight.
Oh, my Lord. Wow. That got out of here in a heartbeat.
A blast from Ortiz, and he was hot in the dugout. Now Tom Gordon takes over for the American League, the setup man for Mariano Rivera with the Yankees, and potentially here tonight, although they're getting Francisco Rodriguez ready in the bullpen. We could see both Gordon and Rodriguez here in the 8th. Joe Torre had 6 outs to get coming into this game between his setup group. That's off Gordon. Belliard charging, trying to get a throw, and he does. Great play by Ronnie Belliard as Tom Gordon took a hit away by deflecting it toward the second base position.
Reflections on deflections. Nice play by Gordon. A better play by Belliard.
Now Joe Torre is going to go out and make a pitching change. We said that he had 6 outs to get with his relief corps. That meant Nathan, Gordon, and now Frankie Rodriguez. Gordon with a perfect appearance, 1 batter faced, 1 out recorded. Here comes Rodriguez for the AL.
So if I buy this Saturn Vue, you'll give me that offer right now?
Yeah, right now.
Okay, when you say right now, you mean...
This very moment.
And when you say this very moment...
This exact point in time.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
And when you say you're welcome...
Relax, you're at Saturn, Summer Drive. Get a new Saturn Vue with 0% APR financing or $3,000 toward your down payment. See your retailer for details.
And for you, sir?
Well,
the usual.
Come on, try something different.
There's so much to offer.
At Olive Garden, we've got 2 ravioli dishes that are anything but the usual.
Incredible.
Succulent shrimp and crab ravioli with creamy seafood sauce, or new 3-meat ravioli with sage butter and basil marinara sauces. Yours with endless salad and breadsticks. Ravioli at Olive Garden, starting at $9.95.
So, what do you think? I think I've got a new usual.
Olive Garden, when you're here, you're family.
You never know when your computer might catch something. So if you want your computer to play with other computers without getting sick, get AOL 9.0 optimized with virus protection. It scans every email attachment for known viruses. It then cleans them, repairs them, and notifies you, helping keep your computer as healthy as the day it was born.
You've got mail.
AOL 9.0 optimized with email virus protection. Visit AOL keyword safety or call 1-800-4ONLINE.
It's a long way from here to the 19th hole. A wise man provisions himself accordingly. That's the spirit. You can always borrow a ball. Yes, sir. Good thing there's a light way to live the high life.
Francisco Rodriguez, who was such a big part of the Angels World Championship a couple of years ago, takes over, and that's what he's done this season. Tremendous numbers. And he deals with Moises Alou. Not a big guy, but he comes right over the top and really gets it home quickly. As Tom Gordon faced one batter and got one out. Now he gets to go shower. Alou singled his first on this one, a check swing ground ball to Ortiz for out number 2.
Tom Gordon probably telling his manager, Joe Torre, Joe, get me in the game if you can. Then he gets in, faces one batter, and it's to rocket back through the box.
And Joe Torre thinking, get out of the way.
That's right.
He has been such a big part of the Yankees' bullpen success. In fact, they've had so much work for Quantrill, Gordon, and Mariano Rivera that they have to look, I'm sure, into adding to that bullpen as the second half wears on. Still looking for that shutdown left-hander. As a breaking ball misses down and away to Mark Loretta.
You have heard, as you take a look at Eric Gagne, but you've heard of pitchers who are sneaky fast. There is nothing sneaky fast about Francisco Cabrera.
Loretta pops it up behind short. Out goes to high. And we go into the 9th inning. Final inning here in Houston. Gagne was getting loose. Will he check into this game? Rodriguez did his job, still 9-4 AL.
This just in a nationwide taste test, the majority of Bud Light drinkers said Miller Lite has more taste than Bud Light. For details, go to www.sweetmother or frothy goodness that's bad news for Bud.com. More taste, and still half the carbs of Bud Light. Miller Lite, good call.
Time is running out to get a John Deere and pay nothing until July 2005. That's zero money down, 0% interest, and zero payments until July 2005. So why wait? Hurry into your local John Deere dealer today.
You could have a dash panel made from the same steel as every other truck. Or from the quiet steel found only in the new Ford F-150. The choice is yours. This or this. The quietest pickup, period. Only this truck earned the right to be the 2004 Motor Trend Truck of the Year.
People everywhere are experiencing a breakthrough. I'm full! Fullness from a value menu.
Guess who got full this weekend?
You dog! Introducing the Big Bell Value Menu from Taco Bell. A new menu of filling items like half-pound burritos and double tacos, designed to keep your stomach and your wallet full.
I'm full beyond my wildest dreams, and you can be too!
Get full on value. Think outside the bun.
Something has brought Jason Bourne out of hiding.
You're gonna play ball one way or the other.
Where's he headed?
We got something. We need snipers, DOD, whatever they've got.
I don't care what you have to do. Get Bourne.
Where is he?
Right next to you.
The Bourne Supremacy. Rated PG-13. Starts July 23rd. Receive a free movie ticket to Bourne Supremacy when you buy the Bourne Identity Extended DVD with a never-before-seen beginning. Buy the DVD now.
The itching and burning of athlete's foot. This is the latest way to get rid of it. This isn't. Lotrimin Ultra, the latest prescription strength medicine available without a prescription. So powerful, one use a day is all you need. Lotrimin Ultra.
84 straight, that's the record for consecutive save opportunities for Eric Gagne, and he will throw to his catcher, Paul Oduka, as we move into the 9th inning. And just the numbers during the streak for Gagne are staggering. During the streak, he had almost twice as many saves as hits allowed. 43 hits allowed and 84 saves. Over the course of the streak, 84 straight, 286 major league pitchers blew a total of 965 saves. And this guy was automatic for the Dodgers. And in fact, the one that he blew, the Dodgers won in extra innings. As Mariano Rivera, we heard from Gagne earlier, Gagne's idol, gets loose for the American League out in their bullpen.
Now, two totally different pitchers. Mariano Rivera, for the most part, does it with a cut fastball. He has gone to a two-seamer over the last couple of years, but Gagne with three terrific pitches: a fastball, a four-seam fastball, a breaking ball, which is probably his third best pitch, and a devastating changeup. Gets a hitter in that pendulum. When you have to wait back and you get the fastball, it freezes you. Then if you say, boy, I'm going to speed it up, you get the changeup and you're way out in front.
Blaylock is on deck. That's who took Gagne deep. That's the only blip. The radar screen during the streak was the blown save in the All-Star game last year in Chicago. And there is that violent delivery by Eric Gagne up close from Diamond Can. 2-2 pitch. Ortiz takes it outside. Blaylock telling our Kevin Kennedy that when he went to the plate for that at bat, he had to eliminate 2 pitches. And he said, I was just looking for the hard stuff. And if I got it, I was going to rip. And if I didn't get it, I was going to have to take it. Here's a 3-2. Ortiz walks. A leadoff walk to David Ortiz. And that'll bring in Blaylock. So if nothing else, no save chance for Gagne, but he gets to throw to Hank Blaylock in another All-Star game. 22 years old when he hit it last year. Goes after the first pitch and pops it up. Shallow left center for Jack Wilson. 1 on, 1 out. All of us at Fox and across Major League Baseball would like to thank Drayton McClain, the Astros chairman and CEO. It's been a wonderful few days here in Houston. The Astros and their PR staff, led by Rob Matwick, have done a great job as hosts to this great All-Star game.
Rolling out the Minute Maid carpet.
Here is Matsui. He bats for Carl Crawford. And Hideki Matsui is happy to see National League pitching. His career, a .338 hitter, which includes regular season, interleague play, World Series, and All-Star game pitching. Tim, I would say that Matsui has been a success with the Yankees, maybe for reasons other than they expected, meaning they signed a guy who hit as many as 50 home runs 2 years ago. He hasn't been the big home run guy, but he's also been a big at-bat, big game hitter who does not get scared when the spotlight is directly on him.
Over 100 RBIs last year, and we'll probably go over that this year.
On deck is Lawton. With the at-bat of Matsui, that leaves only Carlos Guillen as the lone remaining position player for Joe Torre on his bench.
It's interesting when you think about the semantics of what Matsui has meant to the Yankees. I think they expected somebody who was spectacular instead of steady, and he's been steady instead of spectacular.
Breaking ball misses, and the count goes to 3-2. It's Olivan Hernandez getting loose for the National League. Mariano Rivera is preparing for the bottom of this inning. A fastball is blown right by the bat of Hideki Matsui, 2 out.
in an ideal location to tie up Matsui.
Now it's Lawton with a runner at first, 2 out. Ortiz led off and walked. He hasn't moved. National League and Jim Thome playing behind the runner. Lawton has been a big part of why the Cleveland Indians come in only 5.5 games out in the American League Central at the break. His turnaround from a year ago. 1 for 1 since entering in the middle innings. A walk, a pop-up, a strikeout. And a 2-1. 2-2. The National League in the bottom of the 9th against Mariano Rivera will have Beltran, Wilson, and Thome. The only man left on the bench for the National League is Helton. A changeup and a foul. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Those last 2 pitches interesting, and shows, as you look at Todd Helton, shows how effective Gagne can be with the fastball fouled out the other way. And now the changeup grounded foul toward first.
Now a 2-2. Nasty pitch, and the inning is over. Gagne gives up the leadoff walk, strikes out the final 2, and we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Joe Torre calls a familiar name. Mariano Rivera coming in for the American League with the AL up by 5.
In honor of this clown's retirement, we all joined in from Verizon Wireless so we could stay in touch. We also got you this gold watch. There you go. What a good sport.
Join in and make free calls to any Verizon Wireless customer anytime without using any plan minutes from our national in coverage area. Plus, buy any Samsung phone and get a Samsung A650 free.
Yeah, I got your flowers. Very funny.
Is your group in? Good. Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
Lunch delivery. Coming through.
Where's the regular guy?
He's busy.
Hey, you can't go back there.
Try this. It's Wendy's new homestyle chicken strip salad. Greens and 2 big warm strips of chicken. With this salad, you won't be hungry in an hour.
He was here, wasn't he?
See that? Grape tomatoes, fresh vegetables, creamy ranch dressing. Here, try this on for size.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
This is good. Is he with Wendy's? I'm unofficial.
Wendy's new homestyle chicken strip salad. It's better here.
He's here somewhere.
And our pickup window's open till midnight or later.
Toyota has the best overall miles per gallon ratings of any full-line car maker. What does that mean to you? Toyota has 9 models with ratings of at least 30 miles per gallon. When it comes to MPG, no one gives you more.
All my life, I've been waiting for the chance.
Chance to prove myself. A chance to show my heart. To get respect. To lay it on the line.
This fall, I get my chance.
And there's no way.
No way.
No way. No way I'm gonna blow it.
The producers of Fear Factor and champion Oscar De La Hoya give 12 fighters the chance of a lifetime. A shot at a real title fight.
It's not about who hits harder. It's about who has the biggest dream.
They'll live together and train together as friends, but only one will become the next great champ, coming Fox Fall.
Something completely unique is about to make its mark. It's live poker. The world's top poker players fight it out for up to $1 million. The American Poker Championship, live tomorrow night at 6 on FSN.
Mariano Rivera takes over for the American League, representing the Yankees. 32 saves and an ERA of 0.99.
It is not our job to drive viewers away from the television set. However, it would be one of the most catastrophic comebacks from an American League standpoint in the history of baseball if the National League could score 5 runs against Mariano Rivera. And that's a year-and-a-half's worth.
Here's another oddity, though. We keep talking about this time it counts and all that. You've got Todd Helton leading off, who is batting for Beltran, who was 1 for 2 while he was in there. That's the last position player that the National League has. So if they get a rally going, the pitcher is right now listed as batting in the number 6 position. You'd have to have a pitcher back.
Instead of keeping Beltran in the ball game, saving Helton for that spot.
So just be aware that if the National League gets it going, Gagne right now, who's the pitcher in the ball game, is batting in the number 6 spot. The National League bench is empty as Helton stays alive and the count stays a ball and 2 strikes. Helton trying to get on in front of Jack Wilson, Jim Thome. That's wide, 2-2. But the numbers Helton has put up over the years, and how about the numbers that Mariano Rivera has put up over the years? His career ERA in the big games. Helton is jammed and he pops it up. Foul territory for Ortiz, 1 out. This is it, the winning Pepsi play for $1 billion. EZH9Y. Congratulations, Corrine H. from Pleasant Beach, New Jersey. Pepsi is sending you to Los Angeles to play for $1 billion on national TV. For more chances to win, look for specially marked Pepsi products to get your Play for $1 Billion sweepstakes code and enter it online at billionsweeps.com. I'm told it's Point Pleasant, New Jersey. What I was handed says Pleasant Beach, New Jersey. But Corrine, you know where you live, and you're going now out to California. 1 out, nobody on, no balls, 1 strike on Jack Wilson. Wilson tonight 0 for 1. He's flying to left his first time up. Well, who could have expected a first inning that featured 6 runs for the American League against Roger Clemens, who has been so good this year with a record of 10-3 and an ERA of just over 2.5. He has not suffered an inning like that as a Houston Astros pitcher. What is Sean Casey going to do with all that video? I mean, at some point, isn't enough enough?
Not for Sean.
Evidently not. Here's Jim Thome. Last chance for the National League to keep it going. Casey has been seen at every All-Star game in which he's participated holding a video camera. Thome fouls it out of play off to the left. Thome tonight is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. With the bases empty, 2 down, and the American League leading by 5 runs, Thome shatters his bat. Another one for the pile. And Tejada is out to grab it. The American League wins it 9-4 on the strength of a 6-run first inning, highlighted by 2 home runs. A huge first by the American League, and they are able to hang on with their pitching, which consisted of Mulder, Loaiza, Sabathia, Vasquez, Lilly, Nathan, Gordon, Rodriguez, and Rivera. That means that the American League will have the home field advantage in the upcoming World Series in October. We'll take a local break and come back. More from Houston on the heels of this AL win, 9-4 over the National League.
4 pennies thick. A quarter-inch away, Northeast Ohio was this close to a nuclear meltdown.
The accident would have been much worse than 3 Mile and not as bad as Chernobyl.
A shocking I-Team investigation tomorrow. Fox 8 News at 10.
Attention all taste buds. This is your wake-up call. Introducing Arby's new Market Fresh Chicken Salad. It's a delicious twist on ordinary chicken salad with all white meat chicken, fresh diced apples, grapes, celery, and toasted pecans. And now you get to choose how you want it served. As a sandwich, in a wrap, or in a bowl. Whichever way you prefer. Arby's new Market Fresh Chicken Salad. 1 great chicken salad, 3 ways to enjoy it.
Hi, I'm Fun, and I'm back at Geauga Lake. Right now, I'm at Hurricane Hannah's Water Park. You gotta get here. There's tons of great water slides. A giant wave pool. And the kid-sized Turtle Beach. One admission gets you the water park and all the rides and attractions. Wet or dry, the fun is back at Geauga Lake. It's gonna be fun.
Not Honda, not Toyota, not Nissan, BMW, not even Mercedes. Only one car company can make the claim best back cars in the world, and that's Mitsubishi. Come in today and check out Mitsubishi's Best Back Cars in the World event. Only Mitsubishi Motors combines 3 years of free scheduled maintenance, a 5-year bumper-to-bumper limited warranty, and a 10-year powertrain limited warranty. And if you come in right now, get up to $3,000 factory cash back. It's the Best Back Cars in the World event, and it's only at Mitsubishi.
I want to throw away those envelopes and pay my bills online with a click, free and guaranteed. Click, click, click. And I want branches and ATMs everywhere I look. Everywhere.
Maximum strength checking from Bank One.
Make that free ATMs. Free. And I want emails about my account. Right, just the important stuff. You should just say, I want the maximum. I want the maximum too. Honey, my maximum has more than your maximum. My maximum makes your maximum look minimum.
Free checking and thousands of ATMs. Maximum strength checking. Only from Bank One.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
We welcome you back to the Taco Bell post-game show. As we continue from Houston, we go down to the field and say hello once again to Jeannie Zalasko.
Well, Joe, I have to echo your sentiments that you said earlier on behalf of myself and Kevin Kennedy. Thank you, Houston. What a wonderful extended weekend here in Houston. It was absolutely fabulous. But before we finish up, we got a little business here, a little hardware, a little gift to go away with and put on the mantle, and it's the Commissioner of Baseball to hand it out.
Thank you very much, Jeannie. Congratulations, Alfonso, on being named the Ted Williams Most Valuable Player in the 75th All-Star Game. Not only you were the top vote getter in Fan Valley, but you hit your second All-Star home run in helping the American League to victory. Congratulations, Alfonso. Well deserved.
Thank you very much.
Well, Texas, I think this is a good consolation prize. The Rocket, the evening didn't go as well, but certainly we got a Texas Ranger up here winning the MVP of the All-Star game. We expected the Rockets regular. You want to talk about your home run in the first inning?
Yeah, so I hit a little play and I feel comfortable in the home play and I have good contact and I hit it out, so I'm so happy right now.
How about the fact that it came off a former teammate, Roger Clemens?
You know, I feel sorry for him because he's future Hall of Fame. He's my teammate for 2-3 years when we play for the Yankees together, but I hope that he gets the Hall of Fame soon.
Can you speak to this incredible first half that you have, and really this is the great punctuation point?
You know, I feel so happy right now because, you know, the Texas Rangers, they're supposed to be at the last play, but, you know, we play very hard and, you know, everybody consistent, you know, we have a lot of young talent, and I hope that everybody be consistent for the second half.
All right, we'll let you get back to work. You got a baseball team to catch up with the first place Texas Rangers. Have a great second half. Joe?
All right, Jeannie, thank you. A 2-game lead for the Texas Rangers going into the second half. Hot early, the American Leaguers, and then got a late home run from David Ortiz. They stayed hot, 1 at 9-4. More coming up.
Toyota has the best overall miles per gallon ratings of any full-line car maker. What does that mean to you? Toyota has 9 models with ratings of at least 30 miles per gallon. When it comes to MPG, no one gives you more.
He's a gentleman, a self-made billionaire. For him, business isn't risky. Risk is his business.
The name's Branson. Sir Richard Branson.
Now, he'll take 15 people and travel 5 continents to compete for one ultimate prize.
I wouldn't ask anybody to do anything I wouldn't do.
It's not just a job interview, it's an adventure. The billionaire Branson's quest for the best, coming Fox Fall. Fox tomorrow, come for the humor. Stay for the mass hysteria when Will Smith hosts iRobot Night and brings you a sneak preview of the blockbuster iRobot.
We're blowing a lot of stuff up.
Let the sparks fly! It all begins with that 70s show, followed by quintuplets.
It's like looking in a mirror.
The Simple Life 2.
Everyone, pull your pants down and start howling like a monkey.
Method in Red with guest star Carmen Electra.
Hi, guys.
And iRobot.
Gotcha.
It all starts at 8, 7 Central tomorrow on Fox.
Welcome back to the Taco Bell post-game show here in Houston as we continue and we look back, Tim, to that long first inning for Roger Clemens.
Yeah, the turning point of the game, the worm turned early tonight for the National League. Ichiro Suzuki led off the game with a double. He scored on a triple by Ivan Rodriguez, and after an infield out, a 2-run homer by Manny Ramirez. An error by second baseman Jeff Kent opened things up for Alfonso Soriano to cap it off as the American League scored 6 runs in the top of the first inning.
So it wasn't there tonight for Roger Clemens as you get that close look at the swing by tonight's All-Star Game MVP. Clemens was finished after 1. And David Ortiz homered late in the ball game, and he's standing by with Kevin Kennedy.
All right, David, you know, when the National League got back in the ball game 7-4, everybody get a little nervous. You guys thought they were coming back, but not you. What were you trying to look for off of Carl Pavano when you took him like 9 miles out of here?
Nothing, you know, just try to hurt this American League team, put some runs and, you know, put some pressure in the National League.
You told me last year when we talked in Chicago, you said, hey, Papa Jack, Ron Jackson, your hitting coach, taught you how to get short to the ball, go the opposite way in Fenway Park. The last 2 years, you've been really the MVP of the Red Sox hitters. No disrespect to anybody else, but a lot of people believe that.
Well, you know, my man Papa Jack, just want to say hi to him, whatever he had.
He's listening.
Yeah, he helped me out so much, man. That it's been unbelievable. He worked with me every day. He been watching me very close every day, and we've been working in the cage day by day, and whenever I do something funny at the plate, he checked me out. He let me know right away the way I can pick him up in the next at bat.
All right, David. Well, congratulations and good luck in the second half. Battling the Yankees. You guys are always down the stretch, and we'll catch up with you down the road. All right, Joe, back up to you.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Our singular play of the game, selected by you, the fans, the Soriano home run in the first inning. The 3-run shot that capped a 6-run frame against Roger Clemens. By the way, 3 of the runs in the first inning were unearned. We will take a break and continue more from Houston after this.
You've got a great car, and I like you. Yeah, I like you. And I like you, I like you.
Get up to $5,000 cash back during GM Summer Drive now. Have fun with it.
Of The Usual Suspects and X-Men. House, a new series coming Fox Fall.
trade deadline is approaching fast, and there's a blockbuster deal in the works. It's not happening on the field, it's happening on Fox. Take a look.
Next Tuesday, it's the trade of the season when we take 10 families and trade their moms.
They're going to be saying, Dad, you brought the wrong color home.
Be there when complete strangers take over new households.
I've had enough. Just be quiet.
And see who comes out swinging.
Put your hand on the bleep button, cause it's going to be some bleeping.
Trading spouses. Meet your new mommy. Premiering 1 week from tonight on Fox. This summer is the perfect time to get arrested.
Open up!
It's time to open your eyes.
I really can't see anybody right now.
Oh, well, I can't see anybody ever. I'm blind.
I'm wasted.
And catch the best new comedy on television.
Surely she has enough sight to catch the truth.
Objection!
Arrested Development, Sundays at 8:30 after The Simpsons on Fox.
Something completely unique is about to make its mark. It's live poker. The world's top poker players fight it out for up to $1 million. The American Poker Championship, live tomorrow night at 6 on FSN.
One more time, the final from Houston, Texas. 75th Major League Baseball All-Star Game. The American League wins it, a final of 9-4. This is what's coming your way in the Fox Saturday Game of the Week. Phillies at the Mets, Cardinals at Reds, late White Sox at A's, and the Padres right here in Houston against the Astros. For more information on tonight's game and the latest in Major League Baseball news, log on to foxsports.com on MSN. Fox Saturday Baseball continues this week. We hope you join us. Saw a little bit of everything tonight. Kicked off with Muhammad Ali, part of the ceremonial first pitch, and a big 6-run first inning for the American League. The National League could never recover. For Tim McCarver, Kevin Kennedy, Jeannie Zelasco, our producer Pete Macheska, our director Billy Webb, we say so long from Houston, Texas. Next year we'll be in Detroit. The 75th Major League Baseball All-Star Game has been a presentation of Fox Sports, your home for the 2004 baseball postseason. So long.
Over the past 10 years, some of the greatest moments in all of sports happened right here on Fox.
The New York Yankees, for the 3rd time in a row, 4th time in 5 years, they are the world champions.
This has been a presentation of Fox Sports, celebrating 10 years of excellence.